What's up, everybody? How's it going, guys? I see all you guys in chat here today. Thank you, Dogline, Skid Dog, Jason. What's up, guys? Tobes, I see you, commentator persons, Darlene Blanchette, Mahama. How's everyone doing today? You guys doing excellent? Spyro, what's up, dude? Atalanti, thank you for joining us today. How is everyone doing on this fantastic Friday morning? DJ, what's up, man? Trevor, Dallas, thank you guys for all being here early. As you guys know, I've been spamming everybody about this podcast for the last week or so, and I'm very happy that we've been able to make it work out. We've got all the guests here that I wanted. Everybody that I asked is here. I'm very, very thankful and grateful for everyone being here, and we're going to have a great, great, great time. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring everybody on and introduce everyone. Now, all of these people have been involved in IRL streaming. It's in some capacity, and most of them are IRL streamers right now. Actually, all of them are. But they all do lots of other stuff with lots of interesting stories, and we're going to get to the bottom of everything. So let's go ahead. Now, I want you guys to bear with me, all of you in chat right now, because this is our first time doing this. I expect some bumps in the road and all of that, but I think that it's going to go very, very smoothly. So if anything happens, like technically or whatever that could happen, just please, please, please understand. We're going to get it right. We're going to get it right. It might just take a little bit. But without further ado, I'm going to bring everybody on here, and I'm going to introduce them one by one. Maybe you guys can all just give a silent wave when I bring you on right now, which is right now, guys. Welcome to the IRL podcast. So I'll start with the person directly to, well, my right, but on the podcast, I guess it's left. We've got SkeeterMagavin. Skeeter.
Hi, guys.
How's it going today?
Thank you for having me on the podcast. I'm very excited.
Of course. Now, I know Skeeter because I met her up in Seattle, and we actually did some streaming together. It was awesome. We were up at PAX, so I'm very thankful for you to be here. Hopefully one day I'll get back up to Seattle, and then we can stream again together. Or
I know.
Better yet,
Ferris wheel again.
Yeah, better yet, down in TwitchCon here in San Jose.
TwitchCon, yes.
Bay Area. That's coming up in a month. Also, another Seattleite. Is that how we say it? Do we say Seattleite? Is that right? That is right. The man with a bird on his shoulder. Lots of you are familiar with him. He actually is no stranger to the podcast game. He has a podcast himself, the Game Blitz podcast, right?
Yeah,
that's right. We have DSKoopa, Cody.
Hey guys, thanks for having me, Jay.
Of
course,
be fun. It should be fun. I hope it's not tragic. That would be terrible. And then underneath me right now, we've got another IRL streamer. I think he's been doing it the longest out of all of us, to be honest. We've got DKane, Dustin. He's out in Texas. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Hey, Jay Streezy, you looking like a vegan snack today, man.
Oh my God.
Thanks for having me today.
Chat.
It's okay, I accept you.
Chat, I'm not vegan. I don't know why everyone says that I'm vegan, but I'm not. I'm literally not vegan.
It's okay.
But yeah, thanks for having me.
Like that, the first person to troll me, and it's not even from chat, dude. And then, of course, we've got the beautiful ladies from SoCal down in San Diego. I think you guys are in LA now, though. We've got Lauren and Nikki. Nikki up on the top, over here in the top right corner for you guys, and Lauren down in the bottom middle. They stream together, which is something that, like, that's got to be groundbreaking, a duo stream together like that all the time. Welcome, guys. How are you? You guys good?
We got two Jesuses, man.
What?
Don't ever forget that.
We've got some long-haired dudes with kind of some like goatee type action, you know. So, they used to call me Scuff Jesus. I think you're a better Scuff Jesus, DKane.
Wait, so does that mean I'm more scuffed or less scuffed? Explain.
I just think it means that you. Well, I gotta tread on some water here. We lost somebody already. Nikki, this is what I was talking about. I think it means that you are just better in all aspects. So less scuffed, I guess.
Oh, no. See, you're proving me wrong right here by being modest, okay? So I need you to like stop being that modest.
Oh my god.
Make yourself better.
Well, while Nikki works on getting back here, I just want to say thank you guys again, all of you for joining us. This has obviously been a lot of work for me to put together a bunch of people, and I know that this time is early for a lot of people. I know some of you were out late and you still put it together and came and showed up for this. So thank you guys once again. I guess the first thing that I want to get into, this has been a huge week, right? For IRL streamers, there's been a really, really big transition for those in chat who don't know, and potentially you guys here who don't know. I'm sure you all do though, that the IRL category has been eliminated off of Twitch. And now it's been replaced with 13 other categories, been kind of split into different things. And so,
wow, 13. Wow.
I think it's there.
Damn.
I just threw 13 out there because no one really is going to fact check me, right? So I don't know. So yeah, I guess I want to talk to all you guys about that a little bit. Cody, maybe you could start us off. What do you think about the change, and what? Do you think it's a good thing, a bad thing? Do you think that
it's been kind of needed for a while? Like IRL, if you browse it, like there's the couple at the top. There's a lot of ASMR stuff, which is cool, but like I'm not really into that. So like I like to scoot right past that. So like right away, my chore is just scrolling down a line. You know what I mean, for the IRL section. So it's needed to be kind of separated for a very long time. I'm personally more of a fan of the travel stuff when I watch, so like I'm really glad that's its own category now. Although it's weird, it seems like it's kind of small. Like it seems like it's a small category way down the list now.
Man, I do want to talk about that. It's weird because travel and outdoors are mixed, and it's still, I don't know about you guys, but when I first heard about the transition, I thought that outdoors and travel would be one of the top categories. And just from recently in the last 3 days, it doesn't look that way.
I think just chatting looks like it's like the top one for the most part, and what ASMR as well.
It's because those are like when we had the IRL section. If you really actually went to the IRL section and scrolled through, like 75-80% was ASMR, people talking at a computer, and that was it. Every once in a while, people would scroll through, see outside, and they'd be like, "Oh, I want to see what is he doing? He's actually outside."
Right.
Yeah,
no. I mean, I think it's definitely going to benefit smaller streamers to be able to be discovered. I mean, it's only been out 2 days, and for myself, and I've seen for another IRL streamer that I know, have gotten a lot more new people in almost instantly. Like I did fishing a couple of times, and it's like I've had a bunch of so many new people.
You guys were saying that the top was like ASMR and another one, but
just chatting.
ASMR is actually just chatting's the top, and then the next one's art. Because I was looking at actually like really into this yesterday. Talk show and podcasts are also at the top as well. So it's just chatting and then talk shows, and then art is the third. ASMR only has like 3,000 people right now, whereas like outdoor and chatting has like 7,000. I think that it's like an amazing switch. I think they need to, if they want to expedite the process of growing these communities, they need to make it so that it's gaming and then non-gaming to make it simpler for people that are like non-gamers to find these communities and categories. But I mean, just like any like social media update or change is just going to take time.
Yeah, from the beginning, my opinion was always this. When I heard about the split, I thought that they should do it this way. IRL should go into 3 different categories. There should be in front of your computer IRL, aka what just chatting is right now, ASMR, and then away from your computer IRL. So that includes anything that could be, it could be in your house doing something like building Legos or painting or doing music, whatever. And then of course, anything outdoors. I don't know. And I thought that would have been a really simple fix for everything.
Seems like it would work for the now, but I think Twitch is like a bigger bigger picture in mind of growing everything. So
I agree.
I mean, years in the future, it probably will be necessary to have 10, but like right now, it's ridiculous. Like I don't know if you saw, there's one called special events. It's always 0, almost always 0. It was at like 40,000 because they were streaming the NFL game, the Thursday night game.
Yeah,
but
I saw that.
Besides that, it's just empty always. I'm like, I don't even want to put myself in that category. No one's gonna find it, you know. I'll just say I'm doing something else. I don't know.
All right, guys, I'm gonna switch from IRL to a special event streamer.
I know we're all special event now.
We're all taking the
We're all
cake.
number one.
Oh, well, I mean, for me, I was gonna do I do E3 and PAX and Portland Retro Gaming Expo and stuff. So like when I do those, I don't even want to touch that category because it's just always empty. Right?
There's 2 ways to look at it, though. You could be in the king in that category, or you look at it and are scared of it because there's no viewers.
Yeah,
Right? If there's 0
that's how
viewers
I
in
think
there,
of it
and then
too.
people see one person in there, and you have your viewers in there, they're gonna be like, "Oh, what's going on?" And it actually might grow. If there's literally 0
okay.
Well,
there,
yeah, that's
and
the
you go in there,
I 100% agree, and that's why, like, if you ever see a big IRL streamer jump in that category, then you got to switch your
Then
category
go,
right
yeah.
to that, right? Because then there's one big one, and then after that, you're right there.
I do have a question. I mean, how strict do you think Twitch and them should be regarding what category that you have?
Yeah.
So, for example, the other day I was watching the Twitch Tinder show, and I think they were doing a podcast on it. But they were doing it in the just chatting category. Now, do you think that they should be required to do that in the podcast category? Or do you think that doing it in just chatting is okay?
Let me cut you off real quick. I think, Nikki, we're getting some breathing on you, or it's either Lauren or you guys. So the mic maybe just a little bit further away. Sorry. So am I the only one hearing it? I don't know.
No, I could hear you.
Okay. So yeah, that's a good point, because I look at it now and it seems like everyone is just in just chatting for everything, no matter what. I even streamed to just chatting while I was walking around, because is my stream just chatting or not? And I had this discussion with my chat. I think that I could literally fit into 10 out of the 13 categories with the stuff that I do. Someone even made a joke. I think it was someone from your channel, Skeet. They were in there and they were like, "Yo, Jay, you should just do a stream marathon where you do 1 hour of every single IRL category." And
I had that idea too. Damn it.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. But yeah, the thing is, how are they going to enforce it? Are they going to start banning people that are in the wrong place? What do you guys think?
I don't think it matters. I don't think they're gonna do any regulation with it, because you also have that comical factor. I mean, I haven't really thought out too much, but like, first of all, I don't think there's any way to regulate it, really, honestly.
Yeah.
But it's your own loss. Like, if you're streaming outdoors but you're in ASMR, then like, it's strategy, honestly. But like, you know what I mean? It's your own prerogative. If that's how you want to define yourself, you're like, I'm an outdoor streamer in ASMR. You're like, all right, dude. But
it's gonna become like genders.
Like
No one
what?
can tell you what you're doing. It's gonna become like genders, where you can like identify as whatever you want.
perfect analogy.
That's
That's
Wow.
exactly how I-
That is that's some good analysis
okay.
right there. Holy shit, man. Well, so did you guys expect that everyone would just be in just chatting?
Yeah,
Whoa.
I expected a lot.
100%.
Yeah?
100%. 100%.
I thought traveling outdoors was
I
gonna
thought
be
travel
king.
and outdoor.
I thought
would
traveling
be-
outdoors
yeah.
also.
I actually know, like, I feel like a lot of the outdoor streamers know each other. For example, like all the people in here, I've already kind of know most of you. And
Mhm.
I know most of the people that actually do the outdoor streams. There's not a lot, really.
It's
If you
such
really, like,
a
look-
small community right now. And especially the smaller
funny.
community that you're kind of a part of, DKane, like the fishing and
Yeah.
like out on your kayak and shit like that. There's only like 10 people who really actually do that. It's yeah.
I know all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
If you didn't know, Alec Lutford threw a little, I guess, kind of like a party, and he called it KokonaCon. And all the streamers that do fishing and stuff came out to Virginia, and we streamed, and we threw a party. It was actually on my birthday, and it was really cool just to get everyone together. And he started like his own mini con. It was actually really awesome.
Oh, that sounds dope.
That does sound dope.
Yeah,
And
they're super nice. I streamed a little bit out on my dock for the last few days, and I've had, just for fun. I'm not like a good fisher woman. But yeah, but they all came in super friendly, very welcoming, all really cool people.
You may have been the first girl that I've heard of actually fishing on Twitch. I don't know if there's been another one. There might have been, but that's cool.
Well.
And they're all really helpful too. giving me advice, but like I feel like everyone's like trying to bombard advice on me and like pull me in all different directions.
Well, that's the beauty about IRL streaming. You could do something you've never done before, and you will have someone there with you that has some type of experience and wants to, give you advice or whatever. They're being nice, which is part of the that's like one of the best things about IRL streaming is the community that comes in, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Have any of you other guys experienced that?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I feel like no matter what I do, actually, like Twitch chat is like the biggest brain in the world. They either think they know everything or they do know everything. Like, tell me how to do things. I was like, how the hell do you know how to do that? And
Well,
like, it's just no matter what I'm doing, there's someone that's like, yeah, I know how to do that.
if you have 100 people watching you, you've got 100 brains, and you've also got 100 people that have Google right in front of them. It's like, you're right.
That's true.
It really is. It's an amazing thing. Like I've been to restaurants before, and people are like, you don't really want people to know where you are, but if they do know, they're like, hey, order this. Like I was just at sushi a couple weeks ago, doing an IRL stream, and I'm kind of loud. And I do some crazy things when I'm out. And the same thing happened. There was another person in there that came in a chat and said, hey, I never thought that I would see a Twitch streamer here at this restaurant. Try this dish. He was literally on the other side of the restaurant and was like, order this. And I was like, well, I already ordered, man. So next time I come here, I'll get that. Like one of the most amazing things that's happened to me on stream, to be honest. And really, really, really fun.
Have you been stream sniped, Jay?
I was just talking about this earlier. I just got stream sniped yesterday. Was
it on purpose, like actually stream sniped, or was it just someone that actually recognized you?
So I have never, get this, guys. I have never had someone approach me and say, hey, you're Jay Streezy. I've watched your show, or I've seen you before. I have had other people on my shows that are on often, like some of my good friends are always on. They have been approached and be like, hey, are you Ryan from the Jay Streezy show? And he's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what? But I've also had people say, hey, I was at this event, I saw you streaming, and I just didn't want to come up to you because I didn't want to interrupt you, or I was too nervous, or whatever. Which, I mean, if anyone will ever come up to me, that will make my day. I don't know about you guys.
I busted someone lying about that.
Duh, did you?
Yeah. Some guy said, hey, I came up to you on this date and like this time and whatnot, and basically pointed out to him. I'm like, oh, that event hasn't happened yet. He said it was something like I saw you at PAX, and I'm like, oh, PAX is next weekend.
Oh no!
Like, what are you doing, dude?
Well,
that's funny.
I guess some people can be nervous, but like for anyone out there, if you guys see me, like please come say hello to me, please.
Nah.
Because
we actually had that happen to Nikki and I yesterday.
You got sniped?
Jumped in our chat and was like, I'm watching you from the roof behind you. And sure, we turn around and there's
Literally a guy on the roof waving. We're like, what
so
the
scary.
hell?
Really? Holy
Then
cow!
he like met up with us. He like followed us for like a while, and he was actually really cool.
That is awesome. So I've never been in this situation. I don't know if any of you have, but has there ever been a time where someone did approach you and then it was kind of weird? Like these are the things that IRL streamers have to deal with. Nobody else has to deal with stuff like this. You're streaming from home. You don't really have to worry about these physical interactions in real life with these people you don't know, because people are great, but people can also be not so great, right?
I've had more of those off stream than on stream.
Oh,
Like
really?
when I'm not streaming, people like awkwardly coming up and talking to me. And I don't even know if it's through streaming or my music. I'm not sure which one. Because I also, if you didn't know, I make music. So like I've been performing in Austin forever. So they might know me from Austin.
Yeah.
But they're like really awkward. Like, I know you, like, and kind of really awkward. And it's like, just, I don't know. It's, I can't even explain it. Like you can tell they're nervous.
Yeah.
And you just want them to be like, you just want to be like, don't be nervous. I'm just a person, but you can't. And they're going to be nervous anyways.
Yeah, and that kind of that feeling it extends to you. And I'm an awkward person.
It does.
I'm an awkward person as it is already. Like, you know, I don't even. People are coming up to me. It's kind of weird, and like you know, I am good about talking to people, but I am also very, very awkward, and I'm very loud, and that mixture of two people like that, it can be scary. I'm thinking about it in my mind. Like, I don't know. I just don't want things to go poorly whenever I'm meeting someone, right?
Does anyone else get this feeling like anytime someone approaches me, I've never had anyone be like super weird or awkward or whatever, but I get this panic. And I think back to everything I've ever said on stream, everything I've ever said in my podcast, and I'm like,
Jesus, Cody.
But-
Like,
because
what the
I'm like,
hell?
they'll come up and they'll be like, "Oh, hey, nice to meet you." They won't say anything like positive or negative. I'm like, "Uh-oh, wait, okay, are they wearing the shirt of a video game that I've insulted?" You know, like I have to like analyze. I'm like, "Oh shit, they know more about me than I know probably about myself." Honestly, if they've been
That's
watching
the
for a long
weirdest
time.
part.
So I'm like, fuck. I hope I'm not an asshole in your
Wait,
mind.
so have
People know you and then you don't know them.
interaction with someone that came up to you?
Sorry.
Have you experienced like a negative interaction of someone that was like angry and
No, it's never happened. It's just nerves, you know.
right?
Yeah, but no, everyone's always been super cool.
Yeah, I feel like too, when you are an IRL streamer, obviously you're walking around with a camera, and I feel like it just, you know, people see you and they just think automatically that that's just an invitation to come right up and like get, you know, in your face. I've had one experience kind of recently where it was like this really drunk guy, and I actually think that he was doing a drug deal like in the parking lot next to me.
Monka
with,
S.
like I think it was like a gang, like a gang. I mean, I'm not even exaggerating. And he comes up and he waves me down, and as I'm walking into a restaurant, and he comes up and he puts his arm like around my neck. I mean, he's not trying to be aggressive. He just wants to be on camera, right? But he's drunk. I mean, he just like reeks of alcohol and like has his arm around my neck and just you know, trying to talk to the chat and everything. But the whole situation was very strange. Like my chat's like, run, like get away from this dude, and you know, he's reading the chat, you know, and like I'm thinking in my head,
Yeah.
what if he doesn't like what chat's saying about him? Like, what if that upsets him? Like, you know, how do you handle those kinds of situations?
Well, you definitely have to be tactful, and
Run. No, I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh.
and
Run.
it's
It's a good answer.
definitely run. Probably is the number one thing, but yeah, I guess I've never thought about that really, because the male versus female type interactions,
Right. Yeah.
and you guys as IRL streamers, you got to think a lot more about things. Like, it could be tough.
It's actually different for me sometimes. Sometimes, like when I'm carrying the camera around, a lot of the people I'm around are like the opposite. Like, you have a camera, get the hell away from me. You know, like I don't want to be on
Right,
camera.
yeah.
I meet a lot of those people. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to be on camera, get that out of my face. Like, I've actually had interactions with people. When I was streaming in a aquarium, and this guy was with his family, and I had, you know, you have the camera and it's facing both ways, but you know it's on yourself, and they don't know. And so I'm holding the camera and it's facing towards me, and he thought I was filming him and his kid, and he literally like went and complained to the aquarium staff and said he needs to not even be in the same room as me. Like, he got that mad. I didn't even say a word.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you know,
Damn.
back in the day when I was doing the Lyft and Uber streaming, the ride sharing, I've been in situations like that too. Even though I was always upfront with everybody when they would get in my vehicle, I would ask them, you know, I would say that I'm going to be live broadcasting, and I want everyone to feel comfortable. If they don't want to be on camera or live, you guys should maybe cancel, or I can cancel the ride and you can call another one. Well, there's a clip of me with like 150,000 views or something like that. A guy got really, really, really angry, and he like tried to grab me and get physical.
Oh my god.
There are those people.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
that's the thing that I always have in the back of my head. You never know how that person in front of you, how their day is going, what has just happened to them.
Yep.
And like, even after this whole incident, I was like, man, this is a shitty situation. But I just like was trying to tell everybody, like, maybe that guy was just having a bad day. And they're like, no, Jeff, no, that guy is crazy. He needs to be locked up. And I was like, well, I don't just like to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're a really nice person, Jay.
Dude,
it's
thanks,
obvious.
thanks, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, I hope that none of us ever have to deal with something like that in the future. I mean,
Probably will.
Yeah, it's funny because IRL streaming has kind of it's got like a bad connotation. It's got a bad name right now because of other people that have been doing it and how it can be very, very trolly. And I think most of us here, I mean, I know I like to troll a little bit, but I'm not trying to piss everyone off. I think you're the same, DKane. Like, you want to go talk to people and troll a little bit, but overall, it's
you don't want to
and you want to stay positive, right?
Yeah, I agree. 100%. Oh yeah, by the way, just kind of a little off topic, but we forgot to introduce someone, and I'm actually just like really curious. The bird. What is it?
I was like, no, who did I forget?
Oh my god, where did that bird come from?
He's been there.
I literally didn't notice that.
He's been there, guys.
Wait, what the hell? Why? Is that your pet?
Yeah.
What's
Is it like a parrot?
Have like an open house. Just anything could fly in. Yeah, he's a green cheek conure. He's terrible. Don't buy one.
Is that one of those like $15,000 birds, Cody?
No, he's cheap. He's a very cheap bird.
Oh no.
What is
Don't
he
call
doing?
his
Like
names.
in my house.
with the chroma keys on?
Oh,
yeah.
He's a ghost bird. Yeah, you
He's
just
a
see the
ghost
blue
bird, like little
feathers
eyes and tail floating.
Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
That's actually super legit. Now I want to see
I
it,
know.
dude.
Wait, I know we're trying to like not read chat and get distracted as much,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
someone wrote, I thought it was a flamboyant earring.
Looks like that, huh?
Well done, chat. Well done.
Can the bird speak?
He says his own name. He says like, yeah, that's it. We tried to get him to say other stuff, but he's stubborn. He likes to scream. He can scream a lot.
Man, I feel like if I had a bird, I would just film it all the time and try to teach it like nasty stuff.
Nasty.
Oh no, that's the best part about
Like,
Instagram.
you're an
It's
asshole.
like all
You're
these
an
silly
asshole.
birds. It's like all my feed is just silly bird stuff. It's great.
Oh, really?
But this guy's very boring though. He's a letdown.
Does he always sit on your shoulder?
No. Usually he's like screaming and playing with his toys and stuff in his cage.
So what's
I
the
don't
deal this morning? He just wants to be bothersome. He knows you're on camera.
I guess, yeah, it's weird. Whenever we're like right here, I don't know, maybe he likes the light or something, but whenever
Maybe
one of
he
us
has
sits
opinions on IRL streaming.
yeah, what do you think, Mito? Okay.
Nope.
Oh, cool. I agree. Mito. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, so he has a cage that you just keep open and you just let him roam freely in your house?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean
That's cool.
besides the poop, it's not really a problem.
That's a big
I cleaned up
problem.
lot.
Yeah, that is a huge
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Kind of a
But-
problem.
He's not like destroying stuff or getting into too much trouble.
Well, I'm glad he's not going crazy right now because he could be just screaming and ruining. Oh, there he is. He's on your your headphones,
He heard
dude.
you, Jay. He heard you, dude.
And I may have just jinxed it anyways.
Yeah.
Oh my
so-
gosh.
I have roommates too, and they have 2 pugs. So everybody, whenever I'm doing an IRL streaming and coming home, they're like, "Please just leave the camera on the pugs and leave, Jeff, please." Like, Twitch chat loves pets.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, do
I
any?
think everyone loves animals, pretty much,
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah.
Almost.
I mean, I love animals too. I'm just at a point in my life where I would prefer not to have extra responsibility, you know?
Mm.
So,
Yeah. That's why you gotta find a pet that'll take care of you, like a monkey.
Is that how
a
that works?
monkey that will take
I mean,
care
you
of
can
you.
train a monkey to
That,
do
like-
stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
They'll
man.
take care of you.
Like,
I
take
heard
care-
about a monkey that learned to roll a guy's blunts. So
Wow.
Wow.
yeah.
Well, that's pretty sick. I need a
Mhm.
monkey that will brush
That's
my hair
crazy. Yeah.
There you go. You can do that. The
I would
monkey
like
probably
that.
would love to.
or scratch my head. That would be good.
I mean, don't monkeys do that anyways with other monkeys? You know, like they kind of is like a scratch when they're trying to pick the bugs out. Just act like there's bugs in your hair and he'll do it for you.
You're right, dude. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys. So we've all been doing. I don't know. How long have each of you been just like doing the whole streaming IRL thing? I know some of you are pretty new. I know Lauren and Nikki, you guys started on another platform. What about everyone else? Skeeter?
Well, IRL specifically.
Yeah. Did you
well,
start streaming before that? Something else?
Yeah, well, I've been on Twitch for like a year and a half, just streaming mainly games, like shooter games, horror games. And then I would do like IRL, just more so like talking to my chat type of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then just within the last, like during like this summer, I started kind of transitioning into IRL. I didn't even know that people like really did it before I started doing it. But it's a lot. I actually like it a lot more. It's more fun for me, more like entertaining as far as just sitting in front of my computer. That gets old like super fast for me.
So how long were you actually grinding out gaming before? And when you started transitioning into IRL, did you see a big change as far as like viewership or anything like that community?
I was grinding games for like a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I started going to IRL, it was like instantly more growth.
Anybody else have similar experiences, or you guys? I know DKane, you started gaming too.
Yeah, my situation's different because, I started gaming. I went to Vegas. I actually had wanted to be, because in general, I'm more of an IRL person. That's just what I'd done my whole life. Like I gamed when I was like in 8th grade, and I gamed for a while, and I played games on the side, but I wasn't like a hardcore gamer. And so I wanted to do IRL right when I started streaming, but I didn't really have the right equipment. So I did games, and I really enjoyed the games, and I'm still enjoying the games. So I played Warcraft for most of the time, streamed that. Then finally I was able to afford the Verizon phone and the stuff that I needed to stream, like all the equipment. And then I hopped into that and I loved it. But I also did do a few IRL streams back when I was in Vegas, and they were really cool, but I would have to use someone else's device to do it. So I'd done IRL streams in the past, but it wasn't until like, I don't even know how long I've been IRL streaming. Maybe like 6, 7 months, 5, 6, I don't know. But yep, that's how I switched over. And once I finally got the equipment was what did it for me. And yeah, it did boost the views for sure.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, DKane? Do you I know that does obviously your brother is pretty popular on Twitch. Does that give you an advantage? Do you use that? Do you advertise that at all? Does he host you, or do you just separate yourself from that and kind of do your own thing?
I've been separating myself from BJP Official. I know he's a big streamer. I do have another streamer who's a little smaller. His name's Soda Poppin'. He's my other brother. But BJP, he's really supportive and he helps me out a lot.
Jay, what is funny?
I don't like to ask for anything. I don't
Right.
I don't
I
want
wasn't
I want him
insinuating
to help
that
me if he
you
wants to help me, but I don't
did.
like
You
go out of
were.
my way to ask. And does it help? Yes. I think at least just from people knowing that's my brother, people come watch me. And so yes,
Right.
it helps even without him, hosting or doing any of that stuff. So yeah, I would say it helps.
How about you guys, Lauren, Nikki? How'd you guys get into the whole streaming game, IRL, that stuff?
It's a long story, but a good one.
Oh my God. How we got into streaming in general.
Yeah, you
It
guys have
was
been doing
a dark
IRL
and
from the beginning.
Stormy night. No, honestly, it was actually a dark and stormy night. Like, I'm not kidding. Basically, Lauren and I, we were living in New York City, and we both essentially got laid off from our jobs at the exact same time. And she came over the night that I got laid off, and we were both just sitting there going like, what the hell are we going to do? Like, we can't pay our rent. This is a huge problem. So we just like looked at each other and we talked with like a group of people for a really long time. And at one point we just like stopped everything and we're like, wait a minute, let's like do our own thing. And it was like the most like random, like Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak moment for us. We're like, yeah, we're going to do this. Oh my God, like high five. And then like a few weeks after that, it was all about like, are we actually doing this? All right, we're actually doing this. And that's when we started on Periscope and just started streaming, and it was so much fun. It worked. We opened up like an LLC. We like went down that whole rabbit hole, and we're like, then we switched over to Twitch a couple months ago, and yeah, we haven't stopped grinding since.
So you guys, it was strictly like a business decision for you guys to start streaming.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
I think
saw all the potential in the world for live streaming, and we were like, we could totally do this. And
IRL
Yeah.
live streaming is what we are like our define ourselves as.
Okay. I think that, I mean, you might be, there's not very many people who start with that mindset, right? Most people are just doing it for fun at first or just because they can. And so that's an interesting point point of view to hear from. Cody, how about you, man?
I started because I wanted people to watch. You know, like I thought what I was doing was interesting, and I actually just wanted people to see like all the cool stuff I was doing, which I really had the first thought to do it whenever I was promoting shows, and like I was booking Snoop Dogg and T.I. Unfortunately, I'm not doing that anymore, but I could probably get back into it and stream it, and that's kind of when I first started thinking about streaming.
Yeah. So would you guys mind saying, Lauren and Nikki, what you guys did before? Would you mind sharing or no? Like for work.
Like what your job was. Like what does your past look like?
I was working at BuzzFeed on their live streaming team.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have like a journalistic background, right?
Yeah, I had a lot of like news jobs prior.
Okay.
Working in that industry.
And Nikki?
Yeah, she was like journalism and then like news broadcast, and then I worked at Apple prior for like a few years. Then I worked at Sony Pictures because I have like a film tech marketing background. Then I was doing social media like for a company in New York City right before
Awesome.
we made our business.
And Cody, you've been owning your store for a while now. How did you start and then get into streaming? Like,
yeah, so I started 7 months ago, and I started just because I work like, I don't know, like 12 hours a day, like 7 days a week, about that. So I was just like bored all the time. You know, I'm working like after the stores closed and stuff. So I was working like after the stores closed and stuff, and I'm just like bored by myself. I like burned through every podcast I could find that interests me. And I was like, why not this? I don't know. I just like go get an idea in my head and just go all out on it. So I just invested in a rig and everything, and then started it up and started chatting with people. And it's just basically like kind of entertainment for me. Like people in my chat all the time are just the funniest people in the world. They say like the funniest shit, and we get into shenanigans at the store. So I don't know. It's really fun to play off of them, and yeah, it's entertainment.
Yeah, no, that I kind of have the
friends.
Go ahead,
Sorry,
DKane.
I have my friends, you know.
Yeah.
Like really.
That exactly is.
Didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry, go ahead.
No worries, man. I'm talking. I'm the one talking over you guys. Shit, you guys are all the stars here, not me.
Yeah, okay.
I was gonna say that's Cody. You and I are kind of similar. That's kind of what how I started. I was just kind of bored while working. People would ask me all the time, "What's the craziest thing that you've ever seen in your car?" And I was like, "Man, I should just film what is happening every day," because literally every day it would be 5 to 10 different people and 5 to 10 different stories that I would tell myself, "Man, is anyone listening to this? Like, what? Am I living in this world? I need to be recording this." And then it just seemed like a good fit for Twitch, and that's how it became. It became entertaining for me to have other people there, and just I would feed off them, and they would feed off me, and it was a kind of a beautiful thing. So but these days the transition's a little bit different doing IRL. I think that from what I know, Cody, your stream is so awesome because people like to watch people like you're literally working. You are working, and people like watching that happen. You would be doing that either way, but having those.
I'm definitely a lot less productive on stream.
Oh, really?
Like lately, I've been like making skateboards out of old broken consoles and doing tricks on them. So I don't usually do that.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, I've some of your clips have gone pretty viral, dude. Congrats on that.
Do people from the stream and stuff that watch you, do they come in and buy games and things from the store or sell you stuff?
Yes. Yeah. Has this helped your business?
Yeah.
Yeah, a whole bunch, really. So kind of started with like some pretty big YouTubers really liking the store, and they would like do store tours and stuff and put it on their channel, and that already boosted the store's popularity. And then after this live streaming thing, like we have people ordering directly from the stream all the time. And whenever they do, like we have a small website. That's not really our focus. We're more focused on the local stuff. But like when someone orders something from the website, like I'll throw in a bunch of stuff and do some like silly shit on the stream and like send them some bonus stuff. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's definitely helped. Tons of people have come in and mentioned that they saw it on stream, or a lot of them are like they already came to the store and then they start watching the stream from that, and then they're more interactive with the store, because it's a good chance to like show off all the new stuff that's come in, and they might not recognize that normally.
And I have been inside his store, and I have always said this because on stream it looks like the coolest place in the world if you are a fan of video games. And when you're in there live, I know I was in there right after PAX and it was kind of torn down, but it was still so cool. Like everything is perfectly placed on the walls. Everything is so organized, pristine. The color patterns there are amazing. I'm sure it's taken you a while to get to that point, but man, your store is beautiful. It's true.
Yeah, I just went to his channel for the first time, I think last night when he was live, since the first time you told me who was going to be on the podcast. And yeah, it is so cool. I want to come visit.
Yeah.
You said it's in the U district, right?
Yeah, and the International District. We have 2 stores.
Yeah, you can shout it out right now, Cody, because I know people in chat probably are interested.
Oh yeah, Pink Gorilla Games. Look it up.
Pink Gorilla Games in Seattle. 2 different locations.
Yeah.
Are you trying to expand any more, dude?
Yeah, we're working on a 3rd store, and it's either going to be in Portland or West Seattle. Last time we did like an exploratory tour of Portland to see if there are any good locations open.
Yeah.
We had a very bad time there. Portland has got issues, so we're gonna look again this October and see if it's changed over the year. So
issues, huh? Wait, hold on. What are these issues?
Well, like I was actually live streaming when I was in Portland last time, and there were like more like street people than like normal people, like everywhere. Just everything was run down, lots of like boarded up windows. It's just a bad situation over there right now. And my parents who live down there, that's where I'm from, have said the same thing. So I'm like,
oh, okay.
Well, geez, dude, you definitely don't want a location in San Francisco then.
yeah. Oh no.
No.
No. We get people all the time from San Francisco and California in general who come up and they're just like, oh, we got nothing like this here. And they go crazy and buy like tons of stuff. And I think I figured out why finally. Last night I was talking to a guy from San Francisco. Did you guys know, you guys in California, you need to do fingerprints. If you trade in like a game that you get $1 for, you need to leave your fingerprints with them.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
It's like really strict, like it's like a pawn shop law,
I've traded in games before. I mean, it's been a while. Maybe that's a new law, but that's crazy.
Yeah. So it makes like the prospect of selling to a store,
just
like
impossible.
The point of selling to a store, because obviously if you sell to a guy on eBay, you're going to get a better price because there's no middleman besides eBay, but if you're selling to us, you're probably going to get a little bit of a lower price than like if you're selling to the end user. So, but what we offer is convenience, right? Come in, you're done. You don't have to do any hassle. You don't have to ship. But if the convenience is taken away because you got to leave your fingerprints and go through all this paperwork, it's like, what's the point,
Yeah, you're just adding on like 30 extra minutes to get $1. Yeah. It's so not worth it. Okay, guys. So one of the things about IRL streaming that I mean, there's good parts and there's bad parts, right? I think we've talked a little bit about what we like. There's great community. People are helpful.
I like EJ.
Well,
cute.
Thanks, Dustin. Thanks.
You're welcome.
You're gonna make me blush on stream.
You are blushing.
I know. His face is a little pink.
I was in the sun a lot yesterday, guys. I'm an IRL streamer, and I'm here in California where the sun is. Okay, maybe I got burned, and maybe I didn't put enough SPF 50 on my face. Everyone in chat always tells me that I need a lot more sunscreen, but I think one thing that separates IRL streamers, well, regular streamers have to deal with this too, but tech stuff. I know all of us have different setups, and I kind of would like to hear everyone's experiences with the technical side of things and where you started. Maybe, I mean, as an IRL streamer, I think a lot of us started with just maybe a cell phone or something like that and have kind of graduated. So
Lauren and I just graduated like 2 weeks ago. So our technical difficulties have been very prominent lately, but doesn't kill you, makes you stronger.
So maybe you guys could talk about
Yeah.
On a cracked iPhone in
I think we've all been there.
Shattered as all hell. You couldn't even see.
And then yeah, we just used iPhones, which was problematic because our notifications would never pop up. And then we figured out the whole thing about a lens, and we're like, oh, that's great. So then we added a lens, and like everything just kind of came slowly but surely as we figured it out. And finally, we got the gun run set up, which has been pretty cool when it works.
You guys have had trouble with your new IRL setup, the gun run backpack?
Only because of like us not doing it correctly. Like, for example, you're supposed to have like multiple modems. That's like the whole purpose of it. Because if one goes out, you're like, you lose your signal. So we're getting actually a second one. So we should be better than we've been. Because yesterday was actually really great. And the last couple of days have been okay. But there are some times where like we'll lose signal. And it's really frustrating for our viewers. But everyone's been really patient. I mean, the camera itself, like having the Sony camera as opposed to watching yourself in like almost like a FaceTiming situation, it allows the streamer to integrate the video and like just, bringing around the camera so much easier because people don't feel as uncomfortable and you're not staring at your face. And it kind of just becomes part of like your day.
Yeah, I think there are pros and cons to both setups. In fact, recently I've actually been thinking about maybe doing more streams from an actual cell phone, just because with the cell phone you're so much more discreet. Like we talked about earlier, some people are not happy about like cameras, and some places won't even allow a camera in. But then again, if you find a place in the corner and you're not bothering anyone else, that might be different, right? And with a cell phone, I feel like it's a little bit easier to sneak in and, like I said, be more discreet.
Maybe.
I know.
Mean, if you're holding up a selfie stick, they're obviously going to know you're filming.
Well, that's definitely true.
I've gotten away with saying that I was just taking a picture of myself, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How does Twitch feel about that?
What do you mean? I don't.
We should talk about this.
I don't know. I didn't even know that. To be honest with you, I didn't know that. Is that something you're not supposed to do?
Well, I think that in my experience, that everyone that's on camera should, if they are a main subject of what is going on, they need to give consent.
Oh no, it wasn't that I didn't have anyone else in the frame with me.
Mm-hmm.
I was just on myself, and then it was someone like just observing me. It was like asking me. I was in the mall, and they told me that I couldn't film in there because it was. They lied. They said that it was like a military zone in the mall, and I was like, what? And I was like, well, I'm not filming, I'm taking a picture. But yeah, he said that the area was shut down because it was like a military zone. And he was completely making things up. So I was just like, well, yeah, I'm just taking a picture, dude. And I just kept walking.
Well, malls are private property. I've been kicked out of like too many malls, actually. But
We've been kicked out of them all too. It's all good.
Right.
One of the times I deserved it, but the other time I was just streaming. But one time definitely deserved it. I dressed up in a gorilla suit and chased my friend around in a banana suit around the whole mall.
Wait, DKane, that literally sounds what Lauren and I did last week. We like rode these like fluffy animals around that you can like almost drive like baby cars like when you're a kid, and we like weren't supposed to leave that little area. We like went into like Sears, and they were like, you can't be here, and we're just like roaming around the aisles. People were like, what the hell?
Baby Shark on a speaker, and everyone's just like, who are these
Oh,
people?
that's awesome. Awesome.
Cody, have you ever been kicked out anywhere with your setup?
I'm always in my own private property. And
That's
then,
not true. I've seen you in Vegas.
Oh yeah, Vegas. That's different, right? Vegas Strip. No, yeah, I don't get out too much. I'm mostly in my own place, and then like otherwise I'm at PAX or like E3 where it's like there's cameras everywhere. Like nobody kicks you out. No, I've never been even asked to leave or stop or whatever. I don't know.
Did you go into casinos in Vegas? They'll kick you out because I lived
I
there.
did. I ran into a casino real quick, and the Twitch chat made me put 300 on black, and we lost. So thanks.
And they let you stream it?
I just ran in and did it. No, it's one of the automatic roulette machines. You know, they have like the computerized ones.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just ran in and did that because I knew like, you know, they probably don't want you there, but like cameras are everywhere now, so I thought maybe they're more lenient. But I just kind of got out of there. I was like, I don't know. I wasn't like running in and out like shady or anything, but I just kind of walked in. I'm like, if they tell me to leave, I will. Whatever.
Right.
I live streamed in Vegas, and I spent a lot of time in casinos, and no one ever. One time I got kicked out, and it was not even on the Strip. It was on old downtown, in a casino
It's
over there.
mainly if you approach tables. Like a lot of the times they'll just kind of leave you alone. But like if you're causing a scene, or especially if you approach a table, they're gonna think you're like part of a cheat. Like.
Yeah.
So you definitely can't do that. Like, they will not only kick you out, you could probably get banned from the casino for that.
Yeah, I never actually went up to a table game. I did play some whatchamacallit. What are they fucking slot machines?
Trapping?
Thank you. Slot machines. I played some slot machines on stream, and obviously I mean they just took all my money, so they're probably happy about it, but whatever.
Lauren's dad did it one time and then like won immediately, but that's like the only time that I've heard people actually like winning on these things. I feel like it just never happens.
Yeah. How do you
It
guys
stresses me out?
How do you guys think like, I mean, state laws will morph as far as like live streaming goes? Because I've kind of been in the middle of this whole legal thing where is it okay to stream in your own vehicle, even if you're working for, or even if you're a independent contractor for Lyft or Uber? And there's a lot of legalese about all this stuff.
I mean, obviously on private property that's someone else's, they can tell you to stop filming. Public, they can't do anything about it. But then that's what you just brought up is a whole different level because you are working, you're providing a service, but it's through another company. So it's not like, that's really weird. It would probably be up to Uber, actually. Uber could fire you. But I think you'd be allowed to do it.
The problem is, I think, when you get into that whole legal thing is that since you're an independent contractor, you are supposed to be able to do whatever you can for your business to be successul. And if I feel that live streaming is a part of that, well, then they can't really do anything. The sticky part is, will I be breaking their terms of service by doing it? Will I be giving out privacy information? Like, will I be making people feel uncomfortable, which is against the terms of service in the ride sharing stuff? But that's a whole nother day. We could talk about that another time.
I think it's going to happen like because of an issue. I feel like this is such a new thing that change is only going to be implemented when people kind of are forced into that decision-making situation. Like, for example, when texting kind of integrated itself into our society, and then texting and driving was an issue. And it only became a law to not text and drive when someone died, or like multiple people were like getting very injured from this. So I think it has to probably like something has to like hit the news and then go viral. Maybe like a couple instances for people really to look into it.
Yeah, we
like
have
Is it? You mean like a viral video is going to hit the news?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, something like that.
We had a guy 1 block away from my work get arrested for a bomb threat at UW that was initiated by the chat. So that was a pretty big thing. He got, I've been following his case since it was like a local thing. And he had been like kind of a shithead on YouTube, not Twitch, for the longest time anyway. But he's now banned from streaming at all for 3 years. Wow. So it kind of took care of itself.
On any platform?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it's not them. It's a court order.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Didn't he go to jail too for that? Or
he did, yeah. He might even still be in there, but I think he had like kind of a lighter sentence. It's kind of it's a really weird gray area, right? Because he didn't go in there trying to cause a bomb threat, that was someone third party up
Yeah,
in the
it's
cloud,
really
but
not even his
I
fault.
don't know.
Like, I mean, yes, he is kind of
he is kind of
responsible, but
encouraging it, but not.
No, he was
not that.
definitely encouraging it because when he saw how people were reacting like that in what was that, a classroom?
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, like he's going in disturbing that setting in itself, but then you add on the way people started reacting, running out. He knew what kind of effect it was having on the people. Like he could have said right then and there, "Oh, like it's it's a joke," and he still would have had a really good reaction because people initially thought it was. I mean, but he just let them leave.
Yeah.
at what
that's
point
crazy.
do you need to take the responsibility on something like that? Like,
When it's affecting other people,
yeah,
like
Yeah.
big time, especially if it
Right.
comes to physical or mental harm.
Yeah.
That's about it. I would say if it sums it
Yeah,
up.
like just don't be inconsiderate. Like
I mean, like everyone can like. There is a line. The jokes, like you can joke around with people, like you can mess with people, like interview someone and ask them really weird questions. But don't. If it's bothering them, stop. If you're hurt, like if you're like physically gonna hurt someone, just don't do that. Obviously, just like there's obvious ones, and then there's kind of gray areas. I think where it's like, was that too harsh of a joke, or was that too? Did that make that person feel too awkward? Or and then also if some people don't want to be filmed, obviously don't film them. I mean, what do you guys think the line is? Like, where's the what? I don't even know how to ask what I'm trying to say. But
no, I totally get it. I think it just has to be a conversation. Like I think live streaming's super organic, so it only makes sense for the rules and regulations that accommodate it to also be produced organically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't think that you should just go barge in on someone and invade their privacy to a certain, especially if, like DKane said, if they're getting upset or if chat is going to go, start harassing them type of a thing. I've seen streamers, bring people on stream or bring up maybe one of their social profiles, and then their entire community starts harassing them online or in real life.
True.
that's another good point about with IRL streaming. It's very important that we're separating the private side versus IRL and keeping some information under wraps. I know a lot of you guys, your communities know your full names and maybe like the whereabouts of where you live, or for example, Cody, that's a whole new thing. Like everyone knows your stores and everyone knows when you're streaming at your stores.
Yeah.
Have you guys those of you who have put public information out there, have you regretted it, or has there been any backlash?
I try not to, but my situation's a lot different.
Yeah.
Because soda popping, obviously. Any information about me can get to him, and he definitely tries to remain private. So I definitely.
Yeah, we try to stay private too. We have like a privacy command where like whenever we're leaving to and from where we live, we go into a BRB screen. Because I mean but we haven't really experienced anything super negative regarding privacy. The only times that we have is specific trolls that will come into like our DMs and be like, "We're gonna come find you," and you're like, "Okay, block." Oh yeah, we've gotten like wild stuff, and we just like report it, and we're like, "Okay," but I mean, honestly, maybe not in every case, but I would say in many, it's usually just words that are, people are just trying to provoke a reaction.
Yeah, for
Right.
us, the fact that we haven't disclosed the location of where we live, we're not really worried that much because we're super private about that. And as long as we're private about where we live, I think we'll be fine.
I, for the most part, am private about where I live, exactly where I live. I mean, I think people, obviously know the city that I live in. However, I have had a few people, go and figure out all my real personal information, my address. They've DM'd me all my personal information, as my home address, some of my work things. I've had just recently, I've had random gifts show up at my house without anyone saying anything to me about it or asking me what my address was.
What were the gift stuff?
Was it weird stuff?
No, I mean, it was stuff that I, just cute stuff. Like it was like some was stickers. There was a pillowcase, not the one I have on right now. Like a hoodie, with like my sub badge. And I don't know if you guys see my profile picture in my Discord and on Twitch. It's an anime character that I like. So I get, a lot of these gifts I get are just little knick-knack things with that character on it. So yeah, it is and so I think that what I need to do is set up a PO box type of a thing. But it's like I do. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, damn, dude, like, why are you going and finding all my personal information and stuff like that?
Are you like scared for your safety now?
There has been, I mean, no, I don't know. I don't think someone's gonna like show up at my house. I would be very surprised if someone just showed up at my house. But I mean, yeah, in today's, I mean, I guess I take that back. At this, I would be surprised, but I wouldn't be surprised, right? Because you don't expect that sort of thing to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's spooky, for sure. But I mean, I'm an optimist, and I also think that like it's really easy to paint. It's easier to paint a negative picture than a positive picture. So like I think for your situation, like yeah, it's spooky, but like I don't know, like what you got like a hoodie, like people aren't trying to like send. Yeah. The people that know who you are, they're usually trying to like, they're probably like a fan, so they want to like make you happy versus scare you.
It's not even necessarily just about people showing up. Like if people know your information, for example, I don't know if pizza places stop doing this, but people will just like order a ton of pizzas to your house, and the delivery people will show up and just be like, so that's like $300, and you're like, I didn't order this. Or they'll send stuff in the mail, or they'll just come and like, I don't know, do stuff like harassment more. It's more of harassment than someone showing up to like kill you or something. That's not going to happen. Or
Totally.
Harassment.
Yeah, like Lauren and I were in Las Vegas, and someone called the restaurant we were at and told the hostess to come over to our table and let them know there's a family emergency with someone named Tom.
Yeah.
No.
We were like, we're really sorry.
Do you know someone named Tom? Because that might have been over pretty quick. You're just like, oh, okay. See ya. Like,
yeah. I've been in a similar situation where I was at a restaurant with a friend, and for whatever reason, the camera angle showed exactly where we were, and they knew kind of which city we were around. So this particular restaurant only had to be in that place. They called. The hostess walks over with the phone and says, "Oh, you have a call." It wasn't even for me. It was for my friend on stream. And then they just started talking a bunch of shit to him. Like, you're fat and all this. Like, are you who has the time out of their day to do this? Like, and it's crazy.
That's the weird part. You're like, how do you like? Why am I such a priority?
Yeah. But then
did
again,
it bother you at all, or did you find it funny at all? Because I find that a little bit funny, but maybe if it wasn't happening to me, you know what I mean?
That was the thing. I thought about it a lot, and when it happened, I did think it was funny. But then I realized, like, this is a guy who hasn't really agreed to be out in front of everyone. And to be honest, since then, like, one of my good friends, he's kind of very apprehensive to ever come back on just because of that one moment. And I feel super bad. Like, yeah, if the call was for me and someone wanted to do that, like, it's whatever. Like, yeah, it sucks that there's someone out there that wants to do that or whatever. But in the end, I've put myself out there for it.
And also, wait, was it one of your friends, or was he a streamer as well?
It was just one of my personal friends. He didn't stream.
Oh.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
I think it's probably just like a younger age group that would be doing that. Like maybe like up to 20 years old, 16 to 20. It's like when I was a kid, I did prank calls. I'm not gonna lie, prank calls all the time. I thought they were hilarious. It's probably very similar to that. It's like a new version of that, and they think it's funny.
Very true. Cody, you must deal with prank calls at the store, right? Battletoads?
Oh,
Come on.
Yeah. I'm actually a big fan of prank calls. I actually gave out. I have a couple of cell phones. I gave out one of my cell phone numbers, and people can call in. People have called in like during the stream. I had to unplug the phone like when I start streaming at the store. But yeah, I don't know. If it's lame, I'll turn it off. But if it's funny, I'll let it keep going. But I don't know. It doesn't bother me really. I don't know.
I guess having the extra cell phone, like, you'll have their number too if they're not being private about it, right? You can call them back. Do you ever have any lashback during store hours where shit goes down or no?
Well, I never stream during store hours.
Right, but even when you're not streaming.
Oh no, it's all been good. Just more people coming in and whatnot. So no, I haven't really got anything. But my girlfriend who co-owns the store with me, she's a pretty popular YouTuber, and we'll every once in a while get like kind of a creepy call, like a little breathy call, if you know what I mean.
Oh no.
Breathy call.
Yeah, one of my employees one of those calls, and like she has all the patience in the world, which makes her great for the job. But
she must with you, right? Oh.
Yeah, right. She was on the phone with him for like 15 minutes, and she was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna make him feel dumb." Like, I'm like, "No, you're just wasting my money. Like, get off the fucking phone." You know what I mean?
Wait, so do you ever get prank calls at the store for Battletoads? Is that only a GameStop thing?
Yeah, I mean, like for us, it's not as effective because we do. It's like, yes.
We always have Battletoads for you guys.
Almost always, yeah.
No, but you never have the new copy of Battletoads.
Oh no, but we will. Did you hear it? Actually coming out?
I did. I did. I did.
I have a question. If someone is prank calling you, Jay, you made me think of this because you said if you have a cell phone, you will have their number. If someone is calling and like harassing you or like stalking you, and you find out some of their personal information, can you release that on stream?
No, never. Can you ever do that? You can never.
I mean, no, you can't. What if they're releasing your personal information to other people?
Well, technically, they're in the
same. You'll get not only in trouble with terms of service, you can get in trouble with the law. They can just get in trouble with the law if you choose to report them.
Yep,
that's the terms of service.
Like you are
joke about it. It'd be like, oh, their phone number is 8675309 or like 4206969 or something like that.
I don't know, but I heard about someone getting banned one time for like saying they were 12 and then they didn't say they were joking, even though.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard about that too.
He actually got banned for saying he was 12. I don't know if that's true. I really don't know. I just heard that.
There's always like backstories though, guys. Like
Yeah, true.
Like, yeah, that trolley guy who said they were 12 was probably saying some stupid stuff before that, and then the story becomes that guy got banned just because he said he was 12.
True.
When in reality, but who knows? Who knows? Well, you're not supposed to be on Twitch. Well, what's the rule about that? I mean, can you be watching chat if you're 12 or no? Like,
there's an age limit of
13.
13 is 14. Okay, it's 13.
Wait, what? I literally was playing. I knew someone. I played Fortnite with him, and then I found out that he streamed a 9-year-old kid.
I don't think that's allowed.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be.
I did not know that. Yeah.
Well, now I'm curious because I just saw a clip of a kid on live stream fails who is a drummer, and I could have sworn he was either 11 or 12, and he's like got all the personality in the world, and he was getting huge donations, and it was something like that.
Was it his own stream?
It was his own stream.
He might have like a guardian that made a stream for him.
Oh, okay.
They control it. I mean, you can stream, younger people, but they can't be their stream.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, no, and
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, you can have anyone you want on your own stream. It's just they can't be the actual streamer.
Okay. And this happens to me all the time, and did happen to me all the time when I was in the car. You would occasionally get younger children around, and I just never really felt comfortable doing the whole kids on stream thing, especially if I don't know them. So it was always a situation that was kind of awkward for me, and I would end up either flipping the cam or taking them off the camera. Have you guys had experience with that at all? Or
yeah, every time, because you always I don't think it would necessarily be awkward for the kid. That's not what makes me feel awkward. It's like if they're with their parents, I like instantly am like, that parent's gonna kill me. You know, like,
Yeah.
there's nothing more protective than a mother or father, especially when it comes to their kids. Even if it's just being on camera, they're like, don't film my kid. So I really try to avoid it for the most part, unless they're obviously okay with it.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
when Nikki
I've
and I are talking to people walking around the street, anytime we see someone with a kid, we're kind of like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't talk to them just in case. You never know how they're going to be about it.
Yeah, I've had. Oh.
He finally got tired of the podcast, dude.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a bird.
I've had people, kids, when I've had the camera. For example, I was at the Seattle Center, just not too long ago, and there was like slides there, and streams like go up, climb up, and go down that big slide. And I was like, okay, so I climbed up it, but there were a bunch of little kids running around up there, and they saw the camera, and they're all, you know, running up to me, wanting to be on the camera, talking about this or that, and I had a couple of people in chat say, you know, kind of some weird things, you know, calling me a pedo and stuff like that, just for saying hi to them and things like that. But the parents didn't really. They just asked, you know, oh, like what are you streaming on? Just kind of asked about Twitch, and they were fine with it. I think if you ask the parents, it should be fine. But obviously, don't just like run up and put your camera in a child's face.
Right.
If the kids come up to you, the parents would just tell their kid, don't do that. You know, they can't blame you for their kid running up to your camera. So that's the difference, I think. You don't want to just put kids on camera without them running up, but that's a little different.
Right. And I hate to say this, but I do think it's a little different, just as far as appearance-wise, for a girl versus a guy, unfortunately.
Well, yeah.
Like, I remember a lot of people in chat were saying, like, if Skeet was a guy, like, she'd probably get the cops called, you know, just stuff like that. And I think that does have some truth to it. What do you guys think about that?
I agree.
100% agree.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, I actually live next to a couple different schools, and I don't know why, but it just struck me the other day. Like, I'm literally walking by this school and I'm live streaming. Like, I should.
Like my mom's worst nightmare.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I should think about walking a block away, because you never know. And actually, that day that I did it and was thinking about it, there was this creepy old man. Well, okay. I'm making assumptions here. There was this older gentleman walking around the school. He looked kind of confused or kind of like out of place. And, you know, when you see that, it's like, what is happening here? And I decided, I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to hang out for a while and see what's going on. And, you know, chat was like, Jeff, this guy, he should not be there. You need to go approach him and like ask him what he's doing. And I was like, that seems like I'm doing too much. And in the end, because he just was walking around all weird, I decided to go up to him and be like, excuse me, sir, like, is everything okay? Can I help you with anything? And he was like, oh, you know, I'm just looking for my grandson. He was supposed to be here half hour ago. I'm just real worried and I don't know what's happening. And I was like, well, you know, does he have after school sports or something like that? Or could have someone else picked him up? So it just ended up being that, you know, he's not a creepy old man, even though he may have looked like it at the beginning. But and then chat was like, Jeff, you are more creepy with the camera than that old man walking around. I was like, damn. Okay. So just
Oh my God.
have you guys ever felt creepy like that aside from like maybe kids? And obviously, Skeeter, you've got some bad tales about a drunk dude.
Oh God.
When
Yeah.
we were in Las Vegas, every drunk person wanted to know what our camera was, and we had like people coming up to us and like touching us and grabbing our arms. One time, a guy actually smelled Nikki's hair during live.
Oh my God, the weirdest thing I've literally picked up my hair on stream, sniffs it, and then I was like, what? And then Lauren was like, did you just smell her hair? And then he did it again like 5 minutes later. I was like, dude, like,
my hair, like
hide it at least.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, I had a weird situation like that. It was like I think he was homeless and he was a drug addict, and I talked to him. I played along with it, and my chat ended up naming the guy Lil Larry, and he tried to literally lure me and Spyro into this alley.
What?
Nope. Yeah. Yep. It was on stream.
Come into this
I
alley.
mean, he was being really nice. I was trying to give him money, and he threw the coins at me and said no, but then he was being nice again, and then he was like, follow us, and so I did. I was like, okay, we'll follow you. And then he tried to go back down an alleyway behind the skate park, and we were like, it's okay to go back.
Oh shoot, my computer's about to die. I'll be right back.
Get that battery
it was
going.
Actually, during PAX West, I actually think Jay, I think it was not too long after you came up. Remember, I was standing on the corner of the street, and you and Atlanty came up just to say hi.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
You guys. So not too long after that, there was he was a homeless guy. He was standing on that exact corner that you came on, and I do believe he was on something. I'm not 100% sure, but he approached the camera initially, and he was talking and being friendly, and I was playing along, and I forget exactly what exactly happened or how the conversation started, but he said something about begging for money. So I made a joke to the chat like, oh, like I'm begging for money too for Twitchcon, for money for Twitchcon. And he was like, oh, you're begging for money? Like, get off my street, get off this corner. This is my corner.
What?
He got very aggressive. I mean, from 0 to 60 pretty quickly. And he was like, and then, I was like, whoa. Like, I'm joking, dude. Like, I'm sorry. And then he was like, oh, you're joking? Well, part of my mental disability is that I don't understand sarcasm. So I don't appreciate you making fun of me. And I mean, he was triggered and started coming at me. So I'm trying to walk across the street, but it was really busy and cars are coming. And he was, yelling, coming at me. And this kid had to like come in between us. And
Jeez.
yeah, I was nervous. Like I was trying to leave. And it was thank God for that kid that stepped up.
That actually reminds me that one time I actually went out and did a stream where I dressed up as Scuffed Jesus and had a cardboard sign that said, "What would Jesus do?" on it. Except the difference is there was some other people out there begging for money, and they were helping us. They were like, "Here, this is how you do it." And then obviously people gave us a little bit of money, gave it to them.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I'm not gonna actually go on the street and beg for money and keep it,
Yeah.
Like, and it was obvious I was joking. I had a camera on me. I had a sign that said, "What would Jesus do?" with the robes and the like everything. And people actually still gave me money. They thought it was funny, and then I just gave it to the people that actually needed it.
Looks like we may have lost Nikki's camera for a little bit there.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we definitely can.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just switching to my crappy other webcam because I only have one USB-C port, unfortunately. Give me like 3 seconds.
Okay, no worries. Well, I guess that story, everyone has cool stories from IRL streaming.
True.
Like, I want to hear about everyone's funnest, favorite moments, I guess.
Ooh, I'd have to think.
I know, so, actually...
I know mine. When I met Jay Streezy.
Oh, dude. How crazy was that, man?
Our story is crazy. I actually would want you to tell it, though.
You want me to tell the story? Okay.
So the entire thing, it's like so many different...
it is.
Yeah.
It is pretty crazy. I guess just real quick, the reason, like, I've seen you stream before your IRL stuff, and I had been IRL streaming for a good bit, probably 5 or 6 months. And one day I was streaming in the car, and one of my viewers, who was a regular, came in and said, "Holy shit, Jeff, your sister was on DKane Official's live stream." And I was like, "What? My sister?" Because I don't have a sister. I have many women in my life that I consider like sisters. So I was like, "What the hell?" And he's like, and I clipped it. And so we watched the clip back, and there's DKane sitting in a bar in Austin, Texas, and he's live streaming, and these 2 girls are on camera, and he's going, "Oh, I'm live streaming. How's it going?" And one of them says, "Oh my God, are you on Twitch? Like, my brother Twitches. Do you know Jay Streezy?" It was so crazy. And of course I recognize her. She's a friend.
And then the crazy part was like later on, we were just randomly scrolling through the IRL section and hosted him, and then that's when I found out that he knew that girl that I was with, and I was like, I don't even remember which time that was because I had gone out to bars a couple times, but then we figured that out, and then we just so happened to be in Seattle together.
Yeah.
And we met up.
Yeah, you randomly hosted me. I was in a graveyard, and I told the story about it, and then we were both in Seattle, so we hooked up, that's been one of the most awesome things that whole connection in PAX. That was one of my funnest times, just be streaming with everyone all together. I've never done anything like that in my life, and having 2 people, let alone 4 or 5 people streaming together, was an intense, pretty crazy thing to be a part of.
That was fun.
No, it was definitely fun. But yeah, I've had a few crazy fun moments on air, I guess I'll say, live broadcasting. I remember one time I was in front of a Comic-Con here in the Bay Area, and I had a sign that had free hugs. And my goal was to get 200 free hugs while live on Twitch. So that was really fun. What about you guys? You guys have any good ones?
I have a couple.
So many? You don't have a top of the top?
My head was that Comic-Con.
Go, Lauren, go.
I think one of my craziest memories with Mickey was we were walking around in Brooklyn, and we're like sitting.
I'm nervous what you're about to say.
And all of a sudden, these 2 guys come up to us and they go, "Hey, we saw you on the stream," and we're like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, "Yeah, our buddy's actually watching you still upstairs. Hi, Xander." Like, having a full conversation with us, and it was just like a really special moment, being able to meet people that watch us in real life, and yeah, it was just extremely memorable.
So kind of like a stream snipe moment.
Yeah, like you can't fake those moments. It's just so authentic, and our reactions were priceless. We're like freaking out and screaming, just so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Not too long ago, I was streaming in one of the stores that has like huge glass pane windows out looking on the street, and there was like a street festival going on, like a night market, right? And we were just kind of doing our thing, getting some work done, and some people are just standing in the window, just staring at me. I was like, oh, that's weird. And I'm like talking to my girlfriend I'm with, and she goes, man, it's really creepy. They've been staring at us for like the longest time. And then they like pull over their phone and they're like watching and listening, and I'm like, oh, you just called those guys creepy. Like, oh, wow. I feel like an asshole now. I mean, I didn't do it.
DKane?
Well, basically my favorite ones would be like summed up into almost traveling. When I went to Mexico, and it was tough streaming there, but streaming in Mexico was really cool. We were at like a huge party, like it was called a white dress party, and it was like on the streets. They like I don't even know if they rented it out or if the streets just all agreed to it, but like this entire neighborhood closed down the streets, and you would stop and take a shot at every single block.
Holy
and
shit.
We just went around. That was really cool, but I think the stream was pretty scuffed. Then my road trip to LA, all the stops we made were super fun. Seattle was super fun. Virginia, Con was super fun. But the craziest experience I've had is usually just random situations. Like, it's usually not even when I plan a stream. Like, I've planned streams like going to a graveyard with a Ouija board and stuff like that. That's usually not when the crazy stuff happens. Crazy stuff happens on just like when you're just going out, you know? But my favorite is definitely the traveling streams. At least those are the most fun to me. Whenever I get to go somewhere else and meet people in a different city, those are my favorite.
So Nikki, is your memory of the best or craziest thing the same as Lauren's?
No. I have 2. One of them was when I did the worm and like a gigantic group of people, because someone donated for me to do it, and it was like at VidCon, and there was like 300 people, and I just like walked into the center of the circle where people were breakdancing, and I just did the worm, and everyone like freaked out, and that was like a cool moment. But the craziest moment, I was just looking through clips for like memories, and I saw that one. But the craziest one was when I actually went on a date, and we live streamed up until the date began, and then my date actually like learned that we were live streaming prior, and that everyone knew his name, and like this whole thing, and it was like I met up with him, and I'm like, oh my god, did you just see that? And like Lauren was like doing drive-bys past the bar on stream, and he's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, Actually, he thought it was really funny, so you know, it all worked out. But definitely most memorable for me.
Nice. It's Steph.
Yeah, I mean, definitely probably some of the best experiences on stream I've had just are, you know, when I'm out somewhere with other streamers for one, like PAX West. I still am pretty new to all the outdoor streaming things, but PAX West was a lot of fun for me. I met so many cool people. Everybody was very friendly and welcoming. A funny thing that happened at PAX West, because I did try to stream inside of there. I kept cutting out, but it worked for a little bit for some time. But I remember this guy that was dressed up as a PUBG cosplay character saw me and wanted to be on the camera. So his friend that was standing next to him pretended to hit him in the face, so he fell down on the ground, and then when he fell down, he hit into a worker who was like trying to bring the trash back into like a back room, and he was in her way, so she got really triggered and was like yelling at him, but he didn't want to get up because he wanted to be revived. And yeah, it was like this whole kind of a little scene. It was pretty funny though. All on stream.
Yeah.
What about you, Jay?
Man, like I said, the free hugs one was super good, man. I really actually enjoyed the stream. I wasn't actually streaming. You were the one streaming, where we went to the Washington State Fair. That was crazy. I kind of agree with you. Like everything that I have to like travel to is so much fun. The crazy part is that it's so much work to have to go somewhere like way new and live stream, because you don't know the lay of the land. You don't know how good your connection is going to be. If you have a backpack and you have to fly, it's like a whole hassle to get it through the airport. But usually
what about like a specific moment, like not just a full stream, like was there a specific moment that was crazy to you?
Oh man,
crazy just situation that happened? I know we've talked about a couple already, but
yeah, yes, there's 100% are many moments. Probably the craziest one ever was like, I don't know if you guys know, but I did like 2,000 push-ups on stream, and like I was literally in tears because that day I was doing push-ups for bits, and it was absolutely incredible. Like the amount of support, which was like trolling. I don't know if it was trolling, but it was also love. So I was kind of like in tears about, you know, just I got pretty emotional over it.
How much money do you make from push-ups? Like, what's the donation money?
That day I did every 100 bits is 2 push-ups.
100 bits is 2 push-ups.
So 50 bits a push-up.
Damn.
And so I was literally just sitting there for 8 hours doing push-ups, and everyone was having an awesome time. It was insane.
Steph is like, what?
8 hours?
Yeah, so, like I've had this internal struggle of whether I should continue just doing push-ups all the time or not, because your people like to see me do the push-ups, and yeah, when I was in Seattle I would do them. I don't know if I should continue it or not. I kind of feel like it's getting stale. But
let's see those arms, Jay. Let me see those arms.
No gun show. No gun show.
Just like a glance.
Guys, it's not the arms, it's the pecs. And the tricep. I guess a little tricep. It's not very impressive, don't worry. I guess that's this is a good transition point into like monetizing your stream and doing IRL stuff. I've watched many streams. I think all you guys know Plebo, or a lot of you know him. And I was just watching his stream. I was just watching him last night, and I wanted to get him on the podcast today also, but just couldn't make it work. He's going to be on another one for sure. He's one of the most high energy IRL streamers that I've ever seen.
Plebo would love fight.
Love fight? What does that mean?
We would love fight. I don't even know what it means, but it's something that I would do with him.
A love fight?
A love fight.
I love Plebo so much, and I don't know, we'd probably just troll each other, and he'd just laugh.
Yeah, so I was watching his stream last night, and he went up on this hot air balloon with a bunch of other people. But one of his bit alerts is just like constant screaming, like the high pitch, so trolly screaming. But I was sitting there and I was just laughing, and I felt so bad for him because I know I've been in that position before, how bad it can be.
We still don't have that working actually, so we have not really experienced that yet.
So I'm curious. Cody, I know you've done push-ups too before. I've seen you fall over them doing them before.
I was discount Jay Streezy. I was doing them 10 bits for a push-up. And
That's
that was a big mistake. I just gave
huge
up and,
mistake.
I said, all right, don't do anymore.
Huge mistake, dude. I started to think that I was setting mine too cheap because after the 2000, I was like, holy cow, I'm never gonna be able to do this again.
Were you sore after doing 2000?
Oh yeah, I was very, very sore. In fact, I think I streamed the next.
Yourself from doing something like that.
You can definitely strain yourself, and I consider myself very lucky for not being seriously injured because doing a repetitive action like that over 8 hours can definitely have done something to my muscles. But I came out on top somehow, and the next day I could barely pick anything up. But so I don't know. Do you guys consider doing crazy sounds? DKane, I know you do like song requests and stuff that you'll play sometimes.
Yeah, that was on my road trip.
Yeah.
So we would do the $3 for a song because we're just on a road trip. I'm streaming the whole time, and just to give some interaction, we had $3 song requests so they could play songs on the road trip. But the song request is only situational. It's not all the time. It's usually just text to speech, and then the media share can still be there, but it's not like a whole song,
Okay.
Yeah.
How about everyone else? Do you guys ever, do you have a donation menu? Do you consider?
Yeah, we do.
Well, tell us about it.
So our donation menu is 3 specific things. For $10, we sing a song. For $20, we dance with a stranger. And for $30, we do Truth or Dare. And that's been working really, really well for us. And what we've been trying to do is kind of mix it up based off of what stream we're doing. So, for example, yesterday, we went on that dating live. We did the dating live stream where Lauren went on a date, and we live streamed it while I was reacting in the corner. So like 2 streams, 1 server, and the donation menu was split, Nikki and Lauren. So like for me, it was like $10. I dance, like after dance in the middle of the bar. For like $20, I call Lauren and tell her she has to talk about this one topic for 2 minutes. And then for Lauren's, like, you had to like the guy had to compliment her and like tuck her hair behind her ear. And then for $100, it was a kiss. We got 3 kisses. So
Was that awkward or what?
No, I mean, it's like when you kind of know that you're like doing, he knew what he was signing up for, and so did Lauren, and so did I. But I guess it's kind of like, don't take life too seriously. Like, we're just, having a great time and trying to provide content.
So the whole date thing then, just to get into a little more detail, did this dude know you guys before, or what was the...
Lauren's knocking, by the way. Knocking back on the
I don't see her knocking.
I will be right back. I'm just gonna use the bathroom.
Okay.
Cool.
She's not knocking. I don't see her.
Oh, Lauren, do it again. But what was your question, Jay?
I was just wondering if the guy on the other end, did he know you guys previously? Was this like a blind date or?
Yeah, it was Lauren's friend from college, actually, and it was one of those. I mean, everyone here think about like that, like one person you thought was cute in college, but like, or high school, or whatever, and you never like said anything to them, or nothing happened between you two. And then like, I guess they just went on a date because we met up with him, and this was in LA, and then someone donated in one of our streams and said, please, you two go on a date, like here's $50. And so we were like, okay. So we went on a date, and yeah, it was actually really epic. I think the coolest thing was doing like the 2 streams, 1 feed, or 2 feeds, 1 stream. That was the coolest thing.
Well, I've actually done that before, and I know when you have 2 inputs, one's a little delayed, so there's like the technical side of it is a little complicated, but the fact that you guys were able to actually get it going and have an iteration that was pretty good was pretty impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, we definitely have been talking about this for a long time, and we're gonna actually keep doing it. We thought it was really funny.
Yeah, it was good, definitely. So Cody, you've done push-ups occasionally, but you don't really have anything that you normally do now.
No, I just kind of did that because I thought it was such a clever idea. I was like, yeah, this will be fun. This will be something different. I think I only did it once, but yeah, I don't really do anything to specifically encourage that. I think the closest thing to that would be, like I said, if somebody orders something, some kind of merch, I throw in a bunch of bonus stuff and do some silly stuff with it. So that would probably be the closest thing. Or like sometimes if I have my skateboard out, I'll do some tricks for like if anyone, I don't know, if anyone donated anything really. And, my kind of main goal as far as like monetization was just to have it pay for itself, so it's not just coming out of my bank account.
Yeah.
And I kind of hit that, so now I'm like, like anything else is just cool bonus, but I'm not like specifically, I don't have like a goal in mind or anything, you know.
Yeah.
I had a donation menu, but it was only for my charity stream, which was crazy. It was like $5. I had to scream as loud as I could in a public area, whatever they typed. And then once I hit $25, I had to fake trip in front of people. And
no way, really?
Yeah, $50. I had to get a random stranger to throw a dozen eggs at me.
Yeah.
$100.
Whoa, what?
Wait, that's hilarious. The tripping thing is honestly hilarious. Like,
yeah,
I kind of want to do that. That's actually really funny.
What was I can't remember the 100. I think 200 was cover myself in honey and feathers, and then I went in store and bought a pie. Then I took the pie home, and $300 when my mom threw the pie in my face.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, $400 I had to get on my hands and knees and eat dog food, and then $500 I had to cook whatever my chat wanted in a gorilla outfit, and I ended up dropping my phone in boiling hot oil with swords.
Dude, you're extreme. Like,
Did it survive?
What?
Did the phone
It's
survive?
Yeah,
Wow.
it was on live stream fails. There's a clip of it.
Holy cow, man.
Sounds crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. But my goal was $500, and within 30 minutes we raised $1,500, or like $1,400. Total we
amazing.
raised $1,500.
Wait, so in
Amazing.
30 minutes you got 1,500?
Yeah.
That is awesome, man. So what charity?
It was nice. We got $1,000. It was the Red Cross for the hurricane relief, and one guy. I don't even know if he wants me to say his name, so I'm not going to. But he donated $1,000, and then another person. He donated a little more than 1,000 actually. And then another person donated like 400. So
That's
mostly 2 people. But
yeah.
Still.
That is truly amazing. And since we have this platform now, that's something probably we should all think about taking advantage of. I think that would be super awesome if, streamers could come together, like all of us in a podcast, if somehow we could meet and do like a charity thing and,
Yeah, that would be cool.
proceeds go to.
Anyone going to TwitchCon?
I live in San Jose, so I'll be there.
Great, you going?
Yay!
Hi, Cody.
No, I'm not going. No.
Nah, okay.
Damn
I
it.
don't know what it is. I want to know why to go. I don't know exactly.
Oh,
why to
dude,
go.
I've already went last year, and I'm telling you right now, it's so worth it. Even if you're just like, it's not just for the convention, the stuff after TwitchCon, the people there's a party every single night. Everyone goes out, everyone hangs out. You meet each other, you network, and the parties are insane.
We're
Like,
so excited. DKane.
Crazy parties. Yeah.
Really?
Like, I've never been to a crazier party than the TwitchCon party. They literally like rented out like an entire carnival, basically. Free drinks everywhere, free rides. Actually, I don't know if the drinks are free. I think you got 2 free drinks.
I was gonna say, what?
It might have just been
You
for partners.
literally drink your worth of TwitchCon, so you're not even losing
TwitchCon was-
money.
TwitchCon was such a good experience. I was gonna stream it, but I couldn't because I had a really shitty phone at the time. But that was last year.
Well,
But it was so fun.
That brings up that brings up another topic. I think Lauren was about to bring it up, that we've seen a couple things. There's been news about IRL streaming at TwitchCon, which is that it's not going to be allowed because of the backpacks. They're so big and they're not allowing anyone to bring any of that in.
Wait,
But-
we have a solution though.
Yeah.
We got a small
Oh, what
backpack.
is it?
But
We got 2 small backpacks.
I don't know.
No, you can't bring backpacks.
I don't know if they're going to let
Yes, you
any
can.
bags in
You can
whatsoever.
bring in, it's 15 by 12 by 6.
And
And you look at it. Okay.
And I will tell you guys this: I have experience live streaming from the venue, and the service is very, very good there. Out of any other convention convention center that I've ever been to, this place in San Jose had, for whatever reason, I always had crystal clear, super good reception. Now, I don't know if TwitchCon is going to break that because there's going to be so many more people, but the event that I was at had a lot of people also, and I was actually even surprised that while I was there, I was able to stream. So you guys can look forward to that.
VidCon, we had 0 service.
Yeah, and all of us were at PAX. If you tried to go indoors at PAX on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it was literally impossible to get service. You might be able to get.
Yeah,
You were always in there streaming after the fact.
No, I did during it on the Sunday. I guess that is the less busy day, so that makes sense.
So I tried Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Didn't work for me. Monday did work, but
Yeah, Monday worked the best for me too.
Okay.
So you
There's
got.
also a couple other conventions going on other than TwitchCon up in San Jose. So
Oh really?
yeah. Also, like, I mean, I don't know what anyone but Lauren, yes, thank you. Lauren and I have been chatting about, like, do we even like really want to stream at TwitchCon? Because
Yeah.
the whole point of why we're going is not to like stream; it's to experience, hanging out with like-minded people and making friends. So and
I'd
learning.
recommend finding a balance. Find a balance. Stream
Oh,
some.
for
and
sure, for sure.
Even
Yeah,
if
we'll
you just
do
stream
both.
outside of the convention, people are gonna they're gonna want to see TwitchCon. So I highly recommend
Totally.
you stream something there. Yeah.
And-
Wait, I
totally.
was under the impression that you actually can't stream in TwitchCon except for at the designated areas.
No, I don't think so.
No, you can stream stuff.
At least not last year.
The only thing that you saw is a size limit for your bag. So then people who have a gun run backpack set up for IRLers, they have to decrease the size and make everything kind of more condensed.
Be cool if you made like
swear
restrictions
that-
for the
about
mini.
bombs, I think.
I thought that I googled. I swear I googled if you could stream there, and they were saying that
All right, I'm on it to find out.
I mean, I didn't like do really in-depth research, but I did know, and another person as well said that they read this as well. You could only stream in the designated areas.
Huh.
But yeah, not sure. That'd be weird though, right?
Last year you could stream. I mean, there's designated areas you can't stream. You can't go in the partner lounge and stream. I know that.
Oh, okay.
But you can there was people streaming last year that had the backpack. This year you can't have the backpack. I think more because they're scared people are gonna.
Have you guys found out like a miniature solution for bringing that stuff around?
Yeah, Nikki and I, we went to Forever 21 and we found these like really small little backpacks and we're just stuffing all of our equipment in there.
Yeah, I found quite a few, but I'm looking for one that's got the ventilation.
Yeah, it just gets too hot when you cram everything together like that. I've tried multiple
We're
small
gonna
bag
put a nice
solutions.
sack in it.
Oh,
Also, on FAQs for TwitchCon, can I take pictures at TwitchCon? Yes, and there's a whole description. And then also there's a question going, will I be on camera? And the answer is maybe, because people are going to be filming and taking pictures. So, boom.
Am I the only one that streams with just a phone?
No, Skeeter does too.
And a lens. I have a lens, but I think because everyone always asks me like why my quality's so good. I'm like, it's just a phone.
Well, the quality all depends on how good your connection is, right?
I guess that too. So Verizon's king.
Verizon is definitely king here in the Bay Area. What about everywhere else?
I use
King in
18.
most places.
I honestly have not had too many issues, except for the fact that I think I need to get another thing to stream from because it's my phone as well.
yeah.
Like I can't actually use my phone when I'm streaming.
I did the shotgun method of 2 AT&Ts, a T-Mobile, and a Sprint. I'm like, one of them will work.
Right. That's how
And I use AT&T and Verizon, but we want to get T-Mobile as well.
That's how I initially started. I just took one of each and 2 Verizons, and I've actually cut back a little bit. I don't think that 2 Verizons is needed, so I'm Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. It seems to work just as good as all 4. So,
Yeah.
but like I said,
On the top of connection, then it's AT&T and T-Mobile, and then after that you don't want it. Those are the only ones for streaming, I think.
yeah. And I mentioned it a little bit earlier. I've even been considering just like I want to try going for my phone a little bit more too, just because I don't know. It seems more raw.
Stabilizer.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's very easy to maneuver. You can switch to face cam if you want to talk to chat. You can just tap it and switch other. I think phones work great. I think the backpack's cool for certain situations, and it's easy to you don't have to like carry anything on your hands, and you're completely open. But I also think that the phone has its benefits as well.
Right. Can you see when with the backpack thing? Can you see? Does it have a preview screen or no?
No, it doesn't.
Kinda.
On your live UKit, it has a little screen where you can check. Also, you can check like on your channel on your streaming as well. But I'm honestly like, wait. So DKane, have you ever used the backpack before?
Nope.
Yeah.
I've
So
seen my
I
brother
actually
have one,
had.
but I've never used it.
I had your opinion actually before we used the backpack. I was like, oh, like phones are cool. You can like double tap the screen. You can see yourself. So you can be like, okay, is the frame okay? But the angle is so wide on the Sony Action Cam, and that you never feel that you learn quickly that you don't have to worry about not capturing something, because that was like the first concern of mine. And then secondly, it's really incredible to have your stream be so integrated into whatever you're doing. Like having it right here when Lauren and I went to Universal last week, I mean, it was awesome. Like it was the coolest thing I've ever done, because you just feel like you're not even streaming and you can be more with chat and more with your surroundings, and it feels right.
So about the lens thing, I actually agree with that it would be better that way, but that's why you can buy a wide angle lens for your phone. So my phone captures everything.
Yeah,
Nice.
we got that for our phone too,
Yeah.
but it's really
Mine works
nice
great.
just going off of the camera though, because you're less focused on seeing yourself and you're more focused on what's happening in that moment. And my date last night was like the perfect example of this. I would forget that I was live streaming because it's like a little camera just propped up. Whereas if I was on my phone, I would be like, oh, how do I look like right now? Like, what's the chat saying? So.
Then again,
What do you think about the chat? Do you think that I think that it's a very important thing to remember to see chat and to interact with
But
them.
it's not in the sense that you're forgetting chat exists. You're like integrating it in a more natural setting versus being like, okay, I'm now seeing myself and now I'm going to look at chat and now I'm going to look back at myself. You're kind of looking at your surroundings and then having a conversation
Right.
with chat.
It's chat on your phone.
What?
Right. You read chat on your other phone, or how do you read chat?
Yeah.
On the other phone. Okay.
Yeah, we have it's like if we're doing the selfie stick, then we use like a little bike mount and we bike mount it to the selfie sticks. We just have it right there.
Oh, nice. Nice. Okay.
so
If you ever hang out with us, DKane, you can try it out.
Oh, if you're going to Twitchcon, we'll hang out for sure.
Oh yeah, done.
excellent.
Excellent.
I've actually have heard that some streamers talking about. I think Jay. I might have been with you when we were out that one night. People talking about whether they like having the backpack, or if viewers like watching people with the higher quality backpack, or if they like watching better from the phone because of the lower quality.
No, that's what
Like
I
you
was.
said, more
yeah,
raw.
it feels more raw, and I like a lot of the IRL stuff is. I feel like people watch it for that particular aspect,
Right.
and just having the lower quality makes it kind of, this looks real.
I totally disagree, in like a loving way. I
Yeah,
feel like watching an HD live stream. Like, I mean, there's a couple of streamers that I really like because they use high quality equipment. It's so much better in my opinion.
Okay.
It just makes it a lot easier to. It looks so nice. You just want to stare at it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree that it does look a lot better, and but as far as I think what we're talking about is the viewer's point of view, what they like more. So
No, I mean like as a viewer, like when I'm watching other streamers.
Oh,
with
yeah.
With the Gun Run backpack, yeah.
I gotta.
Okay, yeah, I know we've coming up on 2 hours here, and I know a couple of our guests have to run. DKane, man, why don't you say your goodbyes? Shout out your channel.
It's
all the good
DKane. Twitch.tv/DKane. I really appreciate you having me, Jay. It was great meeting you that one time, and I want to see you again. Did you say you were going to TwitchCon or no?
Yeah, dude, I live in San Jose, so I'm going.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Also,
So
dude,
then-
like 15 minutes ago, your mic went so scuffed. You're a robot now.
Me?
Yeah,
Why is that?
I don't know.
Sounds cool.
Anyway,
I gotta make a phone call. I might be able to hang 1 sec.
Okay. Make sure you
but
mute
yeah, thank
yourself.
you guys. Sorry if it sounds robotic, but chat, just so you know,
Yo.
I saw what you guys were saying. I didn't respond, but I appreciate you guys.
We were all
Cody,
reading chat. You guys are the
talking to you.
best.
And everyone, it was awesome. Skeeter and Lauren, right? And what was
Lauren and Nikki.
Your names are guests now, by the way.
You guys didn't
Oh,
change your
yeah.
names.
I'm Lauren.
And
Let me face
Lauren
that.
and what was
Nikki, nice to meet you. I
I
should have done this at the beginning, but
Yeah, I should have. I'm really bad with names. I'm good with faces. So, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
So-
yeah, so nice meeting you.
Yeah,
Everyone,
you guys-
Anytime at work.
everyone in chat, get over to DKane's channel, give him a follow. He is an awesome IRL streamer. I'm sure we'll do some more collaborations in the future, dude. Thank you so much for
100%, for sure. Yeah, anytime, man. Thank you guys.
Y'all joining. You're the man.
TwitchCon.
TwitchCon is gonna be it, huh? Uh-oh, look who got the
I
big
know.
screen. How do you feel, Nikki? You feel good? And then we've got Cody here on his cell phone. He might be able to stick around though. Okay. So yeah, that was a interesting discussion about the, different technologies that people use. We were almost all backpack users here now, except for Steph. So
Damn.
you're the odd woman out now.
Damn it.
It's okay, Steph.
Do you feel bad?
Minutes before we got our backpack.
Well, it's so
Yeah, Steph, it
expensive.
takes so much time to actually get it set up from the very beginning. So like, just
Right.
be patient.
Well, Well, yeah, and also too was that I think when I asked Jay, right, when we first met, I asked him, I said, is it worth it? Give me advice, senpai. And he said, no, not yet. You should wait.
100%.
Because, I mean, he did say that his community did help him raise the money for it as well. And I will admit, I just don't think I'm at that level yet to spend the money for it.
No, yeah. In fact, that's how I started. I was always from the cell phone until the money from the stream was actually paying enough to provide better options, and that's when I switched over. So just my advice is just keep grinding, and you're doing pretty well already. You'll get there, and then at that point, it's easier to make the decision when you're not worried about the cost as much. So
I don't think my camera looks that horrible though.
no, I think the real advantage is being able to have the high bitrate stream going all the time. Not necessarily, because there are areas where your stream is going to get really poor quality, and
Right.
with the backpack and having multiple connections, it's just that much better.
So I do get that thing I've seen on your screen and also on Lauren and Nikki's stream where it says that the connection's bad, like hold on. And then so is that it connecting to a different server?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead,
our
Lauren.
line is run from a server, and so anytime our service is bad, it goes to this BRB screen, which has been happening a lot lately, but we're fixing that. But what's great about it is you're always going to have your live stream no matter what, even if the stream, even if there's no service, you're not going to lose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
don't
really
know.
great because you kind of become like a producer, right? So if you need to go into a screen where you need to take a break for 2 minutes or have it just got like Lauren and I will maybe like talk about something and we need to do it off stream, or you can do like that starting soon type screen when you're doing, when you're out and about. And honestly, if I could make a prediction, it's only just going to increase. I mean, eventually we're going to have right now we have 3 scenes. So IRL starting soon in BRB.
Right.
Pretty soon, my prediction is there's going to be multiple different scenes. You can pay for 10, 20, whatever, and each one of them could be a commercial where some company is paying you money to put that up at your disposal. So I think it's only the beginning. I mean, all of us are kind of, the first walkers down this path. So we get to define it how we want.
Right.
100% agree. I think the IRL, I've had this argument with a lot of different people. Some people think that Twitch hates IRL streams and that they don't want to promote it. But then my argument is 100% like, why would they have some like Twitch staff trying to make these IRL backpacks, trying to get them out to people, trying to get content really flowing? It wouldn't make sense that.
That's just not true. Like Lauren and I know that for a fact. Like,
well, I know that you guys have had experience talking. You guys have been at Twitch headquarters before. Well, not headquarters, but one of the Twitch offices before. Can you give any insight on this type of thing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now Twitch is still so game focused, but now that there's in real life and live streamers like all of us, they are super open to feedback, any suggestions that we might have, because they're just trying to expand this section exponentially and allow Twitch to be more appealing to people who may not be gamers. So
yeah. So looks like DKane left with a $10 donation. He said,
I saw that.
"Thanks, Jay. Much love,
If you're
dude.
still here,
What
let's
a
do it
what
again.
a sweetheart, huh? I want to love fight him." Also, I know I haven't been on.
Fight.
Yeah, I haven't been on alerts, guys, but I see all the gifted subs. I see all the follows, the bits that we got earlier. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Cody, do you have to take off, or are you?
No, I'm good.
You're good. Awesome, man.
Woo.
Good to hear that. So
Big
yeah,
screen, Cody.
and I agree. Like Twitch wants to grow as much as possible.
Oh wait, no, that's Steph. Just kidding.
Twitch. I can put Cody on the big screen. Let's do it. He's a handsome
No,
guy.
me and Steph.
Oh no, Nikki got taken down.
No. Jay, put me back.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if that's how you give back to the big screen. You gotta ask nicely. We're pulling some Brady Bunch stuff here.
Please put me back. No, just kidding. I don't care.
But no, I think
Yeah, Brady Bunch. We're all just like bobbing up and down.
yeah.
Wait,
Twitch.
hold on. Cody, look up for a second and wave.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. I mean, this is kind of cool.
Oh my goodness.
And like, so the other thing about doing
So
IRL
cool.
stuff is like you have to be on top of your technology. Like when Cody and I first started with backpacks, there was no really way, or we didn't know how to get that offline screen, and it was the bane of our existence because if you didn't have it, you would have to literally restart your OBS and start it again, and it was terrible. So you guys got the setup, and Cody, right? Wasn't it terrible?
Yeah, man. It's all the difference in the world. I remember being in Vegas when I was like, this was many months ago. It was for EDC, whenever the hell that happened, and yeah, you would just lose connection every other block. And like at one point, I kind of figured out the snake route that you had to walk on the strip to not lose connection.
Yeah.
And at one point, I was like way up there, higher viewers than I'd ever had before, and it just loses connection, and I quickly get it back in within a minute. And then it's like, 30 people here. I'm like, what?
It like that like strikes my heartstrings.
Yeah.
We have all been through that. It is
Oh my-
the worst
The most.
thing. It
It is
crushes
Most
you.
frustrating
I had
thing.
in the
Crushes
beginning.
you.
In the beginning, when I had 150 viewers, and that would happen to me, it makes you just not want to stream ever again. It's
Right.
terrible.
It like throws your whole vibe off.
It really does.
Yeah, the service is just. I mean, if you can get it with a phone, I totally recommend it, Steph. It's totally worth it. It's like this kind of in-between server that you send your signal to, and then that sends it to Twitch, and that will prevent you from getting those misconnections.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So-
I
Yeah,
didn't even
honestly,
know
Steph,
that was a
it's
thing.
definitely worth the investment for sure. It's
Right.
I mean, like think about it like this: you put down the money for like this incredible setup, and then you will grow quicker with like a better quality and better connection.
Oh yeah, I
But
mean,
then
when I
your
was-
viewers don't get
yeah.
frustrated. You know?
When I was gaming too, like I upgraded my PC and put a lot of money in that,
Oh,
and
totally.
and it, that it definitely did increase, and it was worth it. But yeah, I mean, the backpack though is very, it's very expensive. Cause don't you have to pay like so much money a month for like the servers and the plan on top of that? Like, I mean, it's a few $1,000, right?
yeah.
Overall?
Monthly, you could probably get it to somewhere close to like 400 and have a good setup.
Oh, okay.
But the upfront cost is
You
a little bit.
initially told me, I think you said it was like $1,000.
Well, depending on what you have, what services and what extras you're using, yeah, it could go up into $1,000 depending who you're using, for sure.
Yeah.
But I definitely would say like you can get a good high quality product with like $300-$400 a month.
Oh, okay.
See, that's my
because-
problem. I'm not like smart about this tech stuff, so whenever I have a problem, I just throw more money into the pile, and I'm up to like $1,000 a month.
Fix
So,
it. Fix it.
yeah.
Yeah, but this guy's been running a successful business for a long time now, so he's good. And it was funny, Cody, because I remember you would DM me on Twitter, like, dude, how is this happening? And I was like, dude, I don't even really know. He's like, you need to help me, and I was like, okay, this is
Oh,
what's
yeah.
up.
Thank you so much. It's been generally worth it. Like once a month, that like one day it will just totally crap out and like be awful for some reason. Maybe I need to reconfigure my stuff. But
Dude, I've always been curious about this in your live streams at the store. Don't you have like Wi-Fi, or don't you have like an Ethernet cable that will connect?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
you do,
yeah, that would
but
be
it drops.
Oh yeah, no, that would be definitely the more like cost efficient way to do it. I mostly just have the backpack because I like to go to special events, and I go to like a special event maybe like once a month, and it's actually like a less popular thing when I'm streaming, but
Yeah.
it's just something I personally really like. So I kind of stick with the backpack just for that. And like I also like the ability to just like walk outside and kind of go anywhere, and it really surprises people every once in a while because it's usually stationary camera, and then like out of nowhere I'm like, all right, we're going outside, we're going down to 7-Eleven or something, and people are like, whoa, what the fuck?
But someone in chat actually made a good point. Like having a single stream is just way better than and going to BRB is way better than having multiple different streams.
Oh, 100%, yes.
So if that's like anything to sell you, I mean, that's just like ease out of your mind too. You just know that your stream's never
Right.
going to go anywhere.
Yeah. No, I mean, I absolutely want to do it, but it's just,
It's expensive as all hell, girl.
Yeah.
We know.
We completely understand. I mean,
We definitely do.
yeah.
you save money.
Right. I mean, if I had the money to spend 100%, I'd do it right. I would have done it a week ago,
That's actually a topic that's really interesting, Jay. I don't know your like topic schedule or whatever, but like people don't I mean, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but Lauren and I definitely have. People do not realize how much work it is to be an IRL live streamer and how much money it takes in order to do so. Like we'll have conversations with people and they just think it's like some walk in the park, and we're like, have fun trying to get involved in something like this. It's like a whole culture.
Well,
Yep.
just streaming video games is actually really difficult too.
So
if you put like the work in, like some people have these green screens like Cody has here, and some people do these elaborate scenes where if they get a raid, they get up, they change their camera, they're doing a dance behind, there's like the Rocky Mountains behind them, and there's this sweet song playing. And then not only that, but to be always on top of chat while you're playing a video game is so difficult. So I have mad respect for every single successful streamer on this platform. But yes, IRL, it's mind-blowing how much work has to go in it. And like, I literally, in order to set up a stream, you have to be an hour early, like to get everything up and running, to have like make sure your tags are tagged right these days, which is more work. Get your title going.
It's an all-day thing.
It
People are
100%
like, oh,
is.
so you're gonna stop streaming at 4, so like at around 4:15, I'm like, dude.
And I actually just talked to, I'm bringing Plebo up so much, but I just talked to him recently and I love him, and he's like the most high energy streamer I've ever seen, and he's doing a challenge right now where he goes 365 days straight. Like, dude, there is no fucking way that I could ever do IRL streaming every day.
He'll like not breathe for
And
2 minutes. And
Cody does every day too, which is crazy.
Oh, do you do every day too,
day
Cody?
for the last 7 months? Yeah.
Wow. Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
How long do you stream for, Cody?
Usually 3 hours, but I've done one
Okay,
as long as 14.
that's doable. I feel like because Lauren and I will try to aim for like 6. Or I mean, yesterday we streamed from like noon to 9.
Oh, jeez.
So everyone has their different schedules.
Yeah,
If I do like a special event like E3, I think I streamed for 14 hours. So that gets to be bad, especially because that backpack can be heavy. But yeah, that can take a toll.
especially if you get 2 of the big batteries in there. If you want to go like
That's what I
12
had,
hours
yeah.
plus, yeah, it can take it out on you, man. Definitely, I agree.
Speaking of, I got the sickest new battery you got to see.
All right, let's see it, dude.
Yay.
I guess it's fortunate for you two because you guys can alternate between who wears the backpack.
Yeah, stuff.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good point.
Well-
Like, I mean, maybe we're just spoiled in that sense, and Don't get me wrong. There's actually like some struggles with being dual live streamers too. So grass is always greener, right? But like
Yeah.
Lauren and I are so grateful that we have each other, because carrying that backpack and being like this like all day or having it here, that's like a lot of work.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
Here's the battery. This thing kicks ass. It's got like a computer in it.
It's so small.
Yeah, but it's about half the capacity of the big battery that's recommended.
Yeah.
But it's got a computer that optimizes everything, so it's really like 75% of that. But it weighs like a quarter of the weight of the battery that's recommended.
Holy shit.
And you can do anything, including there's a wall plug. Like you can do literally anything with this thing. It's sick, but it's kind of spendy. Omni charge if you want to get it. It's pretty cool.
You'll have to send me the link, dude. That thing looks sick.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to talk to you guys, Lauren and Nikki, about the whole dual streaming concept, because every time that I have, like, to be honest, my most fun streams are when I'm with my friends or with someone else. And you guys have that every single time. Do you guys ever do solo streams, or like where it's just one of you?
Sometimes we'll do solo streams if the situation needs it. So it's very situational for us, but we always do streams, the two of us. And that's actually something, I mean, that's why we decided to pair up at the very beginning, just because there's not a lot of duo streamers out there. In IRL, I'm actually not even sure if, I think we're the only IRL dual live streamers. And yeah, there's pros and cons. I would say like one pro is you always have a friend. I don't know about you guys, but like live streaming can get kind of lonely because you're doing something you're on the newer side of things. So you encounter a lot of people that don't really understand what you're doing, and you have to dedicate so much time and so much emotional energy into chat, into streaming, into the technology. So by the time you're done with everything, you're like, I don't even have a social life. So by having, like, you know, for me at least, for having Lauren there, it's really awesome, because not only is she like my best friend, but like she's someone that like can bring me up when I'm feeling down, and vice versa, and we pump each other up and give each other great ideas. So like we're both really lucky. But one flaw is one negative is, you know, you get sick of people, right? But
Yeah,
Lauren and I are actually learning how to like handle bad things, like, you know, fights and stuff really well. Like we were talking the other day and we're like, damn, we're gonna make really great girlfriends soon. Because like we're just so chill now. If something bad happens, we're like, let's just be logical and put logic over emotion and discuss the fundamental. We're like, what the hell's wrong with us?
When you start a live streaming brand like this with another person, you are with each other 24/7. Like
24/7.
If we were living in New York City together, we would have to bike 6 miles a day to be with each other. And finally, we like made the move to California, and we're like, all right, we're living together, streaming together, hanging out with each other. So that can be really difficult too. But I mean, we wouldn't trade it for the world. We love what we do so much.
Yeah, it's funny because I've been out with friends, like when a few of the mods on my channel that come out with me. Atalanti is on my stream a lot, and I'm super grateful for that, because it doesn't take everything off your shoulders, but you feel kind of like there's someone there that
to provide the content with you.
Exactly. And not even just that though, like, you know, having just a conversation with them it's easier sometimes than trying to do the whole Twitch chat thing. So I've lately been leaning towards, and that's even why this podcast has come up, because I feel like this type of thing is much more enjoyable for me, talking to you guys about this and, you know, seeing chat and going off some of their suggestions for questions and all of that. It just fits in more smooth. I don't know.
Totally.
So I have a question for Lauren and Nikki. When you guys initially decided to go on to come on Twitch and stream, was it always the idea of it's us together, we're gonna stream together, or was there ever let's stream on Twitch, you know, maybe have our own channels, or was it always a team thing for
Always
you guys?
a team. Right from the beginning. I mean, that was something we decided when we decided we're doing this. We shook hands and we're like, all right, we're doing this as a team. And there's no guidelines, there's no like things that you can Google about being a duo live streamer. So it's something that we're just figuring out for ourselves. But it's not Lauren Nikki Live without Nikki, and it's not Lauren Nikki Live without Lauren. So we're always gonna be together. Maybe on occasional indoor streams we'll do something solo, but it'll always be Lauren Nikki Live.
That's a good question, though. I mean, doing solo stuff is actually really fun. We've decided, like for like indoor, like Lauren was saying, we'll do like moments where, because one thing that's in kind of just came to my mind, Steph, is, you know, Lauren and I are, you know, one unit, but we're also our own different people with different strengths and weaknesses. So it's, you know, that finding that balance of like, okay, I want like my own moment to shine, right? So, you know, we're definitely aware of that factor, but you know, there's nothing actually like sharing the spotlight. It actually is, if anything, I mean, I'm going to be honest, for me, like I've always been, I love being like center of attention. I think we all kind of don't mind that considering we're all streamers, but it's definitely taught me to actually be like, to like really almost value bringing other people up like before myself, or like, you know, like adjusting the crown of like another person without like telling the world that I'm doing so. You know what I mean? Just like it's a little bit of a humbling factor to really be like in a partnership where you're like, okay, like you're my partner, and I'm gonna bring you up and have that be the focus.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Chase. No, it's on you.
No, I just was wondering, like, if you guys, would you ever do anything like separate? Let's just say, like, for example, someone asked you to come on and do something, and one of you were sick or something, or had to do something and couldn't make it. Like, would the other one still show up, type of a thing? Or would you guys
totally. That's actually happened in Las Vegas. Lauren got like kind of food poisoning, and I streamed in Las Vegas myself that day. And one time I was getting my hair done, and then Lauren, it was like 9 hours, and we had to stream. So Lauren just did it by herself, and it's actually kind of fun. But honestly, it actually makes us appreciate having each other.
Yeah.
A lot more.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
No, thanks for asking though.
That is.
Well, you know, I was curious how the dynamic worked, you know. Because I know
it's
that
definitely like a learning experience. Like, I mean, it's kind of like you're in a relationship. You're in a relationship that is like your career. So it's funny. There's almost like fire under your ass when something goes wrong, or like between the relationship. It almost makes it so that like you can't go, well, screw you, see you later. It's like instead of you know, having that like flight mindset, you always have to have that like you know, resolution mindset where you're like, okay, like I need to be logical right now and solve the issues at hand versus try to avoid them.
Yeah, it's 100% like an actual relationship, right?
It is.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. We can't break up. We're in this for the long run, and there have been times where we have gotten so sick of each other, and we're like, we have to do this live stream though, and in the middle of the live stream, we've had to like resolve things, and all of chat was like putting hearts in, being like, we love you guys.
Those are
a lot of encouragement.
Yeah, those are the moments that scare me. Like, you know,
people donating for us to play friendship songs and be like, give each other a hug, you got this.
Okay, wait, actually, chat doesn't even know this. If there's anyone from our chat, and I can see the comments, so I know some of you are in there. There was one time, like 3 days ago, where we like talked it out. We went to like BRB screen and we talked it out because we were in a fight. We were so tired that like we weren't even being logical. We went to BRB, it ended, and then we came back and everyone's like, yay, they resolved everything. And everyone thought that it was resolved, but in reality it was not resolved. It like got worse. And so we're just there, we're like so angry for no reason, and everyone in chat's like, love you guys, love you, love you, love you. And we were like, I just sat there in the car, Lauren's getting gas, and I'm in the car and I'm like, damn it, god damn it. And everyone's like, go on and give her a hug, I love LNL, blah blah blah. So I get out and I'm like, all right guys, just hold on a second. I go back out and I literally say, Lauren, go on, just hug it out. It's like chat is like low key making my life better and teaching me to just not get caught up in the stupid bullshit every single, like, it's amazing. So shout out to chat. You made our relationship better that day, and you continue to do so. So thank you.
And I think that's important, because that's why I brought all you guys specifically on and asked you guys to come on, because like I said earlier, I think that one of the main things that everyone tries to preach who's here is like positivity. You know, the negativity stuff really doesn't have a place on Twitch, I feel. I did say that, like, I like to be trolly. Cody, I know you can troll too. But
I like to be trolly.
I do, like, you know, I'll you bite at me, I'll bite back a little bit, and I think it's important to balance that, but still always be positive. Like, just it's all just a joke for me. I'm having a good time.
Right.
So yeah, it's good to hear that from other people.
There's definitely a difference between trolling and having fun and friendly banter, and then being like disrespectful and vindictive.
Right. Friendly banter is the word for sure. I'm
Right.
glad you placed it there. How about this, guys? We've all been streaming for a little bit here, IRL. Are there ever the days where you wake up and you're just like, I can't do it today? Or like
All the time.
all the time?
No.
Oh yeah, totally. Like, how many days do you wake up for like a work job? Like, because it starts to get into like a work job type of mindset, and you're like, oh my god, I'm so tired. All I want to do is sleep. But I mean, that's why Lauren and I will say, like, if you're not obsessed with streaming and you love doing what you're doing, you're gonna burn out. Because you know, Lauren and I love it so much that it doesn't matter. We wake up and you're like, oh, I'm so tired. We must go on.
Yeah.
Perseverance. What has been like the biggest challenges for you guys though as solo streamers?
Like I said, I think for me, it's been trying to get that schedule where I'm enjoying every single day that I'm streaming. Like, because just everything about my stream has morphed so much. I used to stream 12 hours almost every single day from my car. And since then, I've been trying to find lots of other stuff to do. And I've been watching a lot of other streamers, and just I think this is a time for me where it's like not make or break, but like I think this is the biggest growing point for me, and figuring out what the next. I just am one idea away for the next thing. So that's how I feel.
One of my biggest challenges is if I don't have, you know, anyone to hang out with or stream with, and if I want to go do something outside, so I'm just like by myself, is just trying to come up with things to do to be entertaining. Because sometimes it's hard to, you know, if you're at home playing a game, you have the game for them to watch. So that's content in itself for the most part. But when you're out, like, you know, out doing IRL and you're by yourself and you're not doing something necessarily super exciting and don't have anyone to like banter and talk back with, it can be like sometimes like I'll get stressed out and think I'm like not being entertaining.
Yeah, that definitely hits for sure. Cody, I know you didn't get to say your piece on. Are you cool with streaming every day? How do you feel when you wake up?
Yeah, man. I mean, I look forward to it every day because it's the most interesting part of my day. I always have fun doing
Really?
it. The only thing that bothers me though is like looking for new content for regulars, people who've been there forever. I don't want to show them all the same thing every time. I think for someone new who comes into it, it's always going to be pretty interesting. But, you know, these guys who stuck with me so long have seen it all. So I'm like always trying to figure out something new to do. And there's like only so much that you can do without getting out of the same place, you know?
Yeah, I can see that struggle in your store. Because I used to feel the same thing when I was driving. But then again, I always had a new person and a new story.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was good. But now I find myself struggling with that too. What else can I do besides like go see the sights in my city, or like I've been doing a lot of traveling lately, and so I get to see lots of cool stuff. And I know that when I'm excited about something, that is totally reflected in the chat too. And like when you have that good energy, you'll see it. It will come back at you. It's like a mirror. And a lot of that is finding the content you enjoy and new stuff, which can be difficult.
And I think you got the right idea. This is kind of like my next plan to like mix things up is I'm going to start having people guest. As weird as that sounds, you know, I'm working.
In the store, dude?
Yeah, but I figured I'd have a couple people come on. This one guy had a great idea. I don't know if you guys have heard of a guy named Business on Twitch. He's been around forever. He uses like a Super Nintendo that he's modified to be like a puppet, right? So it's pretty cool. So that's like his character. It's not like a human that you're seeing play video games. It's like this puppet that he has going on. And we had like kind of a plan to like bring him on and be like, hey, look at this weird thing that was traded in. It's this fucking Super Nintendo puppet, and like, you know, just start bringing more people in and like, telling their stories. And
dude, next time I'm up in Seattle, I want to be behind that counter.
Yeah, do it, man. Anytime.
Skeeter,
except after PAX.
Yeah, except after you were so dead, man. I know, but it was still a good time meeting you in person and doing all that stuff. Skeeter, why are you dropping bits in the podcast while we're live? You're killing me.
I wanted to.
Thank you.
Like, it was more for Cody. I just felt bad because I felt
you.
like he hadn't like spoke in like freaking 10 minutes straight. That was here from my boy Cody.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
He's got a bird there. He's fine. He can handle it.
The bird is actually whispering things in his ear right
Yeah.
now.
And he wanted to leave early, so don't give him too much credit.
Wow. Okay. You're not supposed to be here, okay?
He said that's true.
It's a busy day, man. You're right. All the college kids are coming back.
Is school in session now?
Yeah, it's getting wild over there. Yeah.
Wait, does that mean people are going to be in and out of the shop more? There's going to be more foot traffic?
Oh yeah. Nice. UW started, I think, Wednesday, and already, like, I've showed people streaming, like, walking out into the street, just drunk people everywhere. The app gets so and that's actually, like, provided some content, too. I'll, like, bring the camera out into the street, and I'm like, let's just hang out here for a minute. And, like, people come up, and they're really interested in it. It's fun.
Yeah, man. Well, there's always two types of people, really, really interested or just hate you, right?
Yeah.
There's really, like, no in between when it comes to it, which is interesting.
Yeah, I guess I've gotten lucky with not so many people that hate it. I think they just walk away, you know?
Well, actually, I do have a comment about that. In Seattle, I felt like it was way more acceptable up there when I was there. Now, I don't know if that was because during that particular weekend we had PAX and there was a bunch there, like the Seahawks game was going on and there was a music festival and a bunch of other stuff like that. Like, I don't know if that's why or what, but here down in San Jose, it's normally pretty good too, but I definitely felt like it was more acceptable up in Seattle while I was there. I was just in Boston, and it seemed like people didn't really like it there either. I don't know.
I feel like I'm missing out. I've literally never had a confrontation.
Really?
So, like, what the hell? Like, what?
You're just a wholesome-looking guy, dude. That's what it is. They see you, and they're like, this guy can't be up to no good.
I mean, lots of people ask questions about it and, like, maybe have a disapproving tone, but they don't ever, like, you know, say, hey, what's going on, bro? You know?
Yeah.
So.
You probably don't put yourself in those terrible situations like I do either, maybe.
Yeah, maybe not.
People just walk up to me and they flex on me all the time.
What?
Oh.
What? Getting flexed on?
Yeah. But hey, I did see an interesting question in chat.
Yeah,
kind
go
of
for it.
relating to what we were talking about. So someone asked, what's something you really resent paying for, which you believed would help you on stream?
Ooh.
I'm always, you guys ever heard of the Wish app?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm always buying stuff from there, like, constantly. And,
like, you're always trying to get those $1, $2 deals?
No, like, just garbage. Like, things that I think will be funny to show off.
Oh.
So just total junk, like the worst looking stuff ever. Like, I got a Dragon Ball Z t-shirt that's just like a clusterfuck of characters, and it looks awful, and it's all blurry and stuff. And I was trying to make a whole outfit, wanted a hat, a shirt, and everything. It was going to look goofy as hell. And then half the items didn't show up. I'm like, oh, awesome. You know, with that, you got to wait like 2 months for delivery too. And I keep ordering like garbage electronics that are just no fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it would be fun content, but I totally resent it. Like, fuck that app. Stay away from it. I wish it wasn't around.
I don't know. I've definitely gone through many iterations of my IRL setup, starting from when I had a phone and moving into that. I've made many purchases on Amazon that you know, they were all little things, not big purchases, but like maybe a wide angle lens that wasn't perfect, didn't fit my phone, or I just like couldn't get the angle right on it, so I tried another one. There's been a lot of small purchases like that. Like I started off with a selfie stick, and then I ended up not really liking it, and I got a new one, and now I'm thankful that I have the new one because it's way better than the old one. So, you know, I'm out $20, but it's only $20, and to be at the point I am now, it's awesome. What I'm really looking forward to for the backpack stuff is, man, when we can figure out how to get the Twitch app with like alerts integrated, or so I only have to have one app up at all times and still hear alerts. That is my biggest struggle. What about you guys?
That seems like the dashboard was kind of renewed a little bit lately. I mean, it's not perfect, but it tells me most of what I need to know.
Right.
Know? I mean, obviously I don't really get donations anyway, but like it doesn't tell you that happens or anything like that.
Well, and you can't, do you get audio alerts?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't know how to set that up.
So
I
that
have like one of the portable speakers and everything. I was going to do it, but then I got lazy. There's too much to do.
Yeah, dude. Normally that's through a phone, and it's really hard to get audio alerts and Twitch chat at the same time unless you use a split screen. And even when that happens, it's very, very difficult to always have the app focused, and sometimes you'll lose Twitch chat. Which, have you guys had that problem, Lauren and Nikki?
Yeah, sometimes. Well, one issue that we've been running into is since Twitch updated its mobile app, you can no longer see how many people are viewing your stream on like the mobile dashboard, which can be kind of annoying because you have to like exit the chat itself and look from the outside your stream, check and see how many people are viewing, then go back and chat, and then you end up missing a comment.
Right.
So that's one issue that we've experienced.
I feel like there's just like such an opportunity for somebody, you know, who is good with app design or something like that, to make something that integrates both the best parts of the Twitch app and the best parts of the Streamlabs app, and it would just be for IRL streamers, and it could be so successful.
Well, I think like just similarly to like how we all use Discord. I mean, Discord, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, whatever you use, those are eventually going to be equivalents to those platforms are going to be created by Twitch. It's just a matter of time, but IRL is still like relatively new. It's like 2 years old, so like, you know, over time.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know. I've only had bad experiences with the Twitch actually official app. I don't know about you guys, but I have had a lot of faith in them to make something great.
I have had bad experience as a
Don't
viewer.
have faith?
No, he doesn't.
No. Just because the Twitch app like won't even
bummer.
the time, or like it crashes all the time. It's crazy. I mean,
Are you guys iPhone or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm on
Yeah,
Android. It's pretty good from a streaming point of view when I'm reading in chat and seeing alerts, but I can't for the life of me as a viewer watch stuff on my phone for whatever reason. I'll get 10 or 15 seconds of something and it will buffer 10 or 15 seconds, and I'm on Wi-Fi. Like, what is happening? Yeah. I don't know. Have you guys had those issues? No?
Mine specifically, clips don't ever load. The streams are perfectly fine. Although I don't know how to sub to people from mobile, so I don't know.
You can't. You're not allowed. You can't do it from an iPhone because
What?
You can't do it from the app, but you can bring it up on desktop mode.
Desktop. Yeah, you can go to desktop mode. The reason you can't is because iOS, the App Store for Apple, it's really heavily regulated. And right now it's a dispute between Apple and Amazon. But eventually that should be worked out. It's just really complicated.
Dang.
Good old Apple.
Good old Apple. I really like this question in chat that I see right now. As a chat person, how can we be less annoying? Or what is something that you find annoying that chat does? I know there has to be times. Oh, man.
Question.
Super good fucking question.
Trust you to read it.
Super good question. Who wants to start on that? I don't want to hurt any feelings.
Stay yourself. You're all great.
Oh, yeah. Don't change anything, guys. I'll throw this out there then to start off. It's not necessarily in chat, but, well, it kind of is in chat. And it happens a lot in my Discord too, where I have people that want to see me online all the time, all the time, all the time. And so I will get messages, and they're like, "When are you on? When are you on? When are you on? When are you on?" It's like, yeah, you guys know that I'm like, I will tell you when I'm gonna be on. You don't have to ask all the time. I do appreciate the love, of course, and that is super sweet. To know that I'm wanted. It just puts unneeded pressure on me personally. I don't know if you guys feel the same.
Totally. Lauren and I talk about that sometimes too, because we want to, if we could live stream our whole lives 24/7 and still have energy, we would do it. But we want to give all of our attention to chat and provide really awesome content. So when we are like asked like, when are you guys gonna go live? Oh my gosh, you guys are running late, or blah 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 blah. It's like, we're really from the bottom of our hearts trying as hard as we can. And we just ask that everyone's like patient with us, and I'm sure you guys can relate.
Yeah, 100%. And I do feel bad because I want to be there, and then like we talked about earlier, it's such a pain in the ass to set everything up. Like, even if I did want to go live at this time, well, something came up because of the technical problems, and
Totally, we so get it.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
another thing with what Nikki said, and this tends to happen a lot, so we actually created a command for it, and the command is called breathe. But essentially what breathe means is, so often in chat, someone will be like, "You missed my question, you didn't read my comment," and get
You
like,
hate
really
me.
angry and upset with us. And I guess what I want to say to that is, never take it personally. Like, Nikki and I are always running around, and I'm sure that's something that you must run into.
Yeah, guys, you wouldn't believe how hard it was to wrangle these ladies in for a 12 o'clock time today. I'm just kidding. They were amazing.
How many phone calls later, Jay?
It's all good. I'm super happy you guys are here, obviously.
We love you. We love you so much.
But no, yeah, I have Cody loves all of his chat. I know.
I really don't have like a negative thing. The only thing I guess that would slightly irritate me is like, when tech issues do come up, I start getting tech support, and I'm like, you guys are like telling me to do things that are completely unrelated to this. They'll be like, I mean, it's like a joke in the chat is like, maybe the smoke is affecting, all the smoke in the air is affecting the Wi-Fi. I mean, that's sort of, yeah. I'll get like tech support questions like talking about like the internet in the store. I'm like, that's not even part of this. Like, don't, just forget about it. Look,
Yeah.
things just happen. There's
Forget about
no
it.
helping anything. Everything's fucked. It's just how the world is. Don't worry about it.
Skeeter, I know you just got back, but did you hear the question before you left?
Yeah.
Is there anything like that you get annoyed about or pisses you off, or you would just wish it wasn't like that from chat?
I think that just really obviously just the trolling, that's pretty obvious, but maybe backseating, doesn't matter if it's backseating in gaming or backseating what you're doing IRL, trying to tell you like what to do, that kind of thing. That can kind of drive me crazy, especially if one person says it and then like people start catching on to it, and then the whole chat kind of turns into, you do this, do that type of a thing.
You know what? I actually don't feel quite the same way, because a lot of my live streams lately have been very open. And that's what I love about live streaming too, is that like when I start a stream, I feel like anything could happen. And so when chat is giving me ideas, well, my chat likes to tell me to just go to KFC constantly. But other than that,
It's the opposite of push-ups. Okay.
Exactly.
Good direction.
It's like, Jeff, if you're not doing
Actually
push-ups, go
never
to
had
KFC. It's not even something I like, and they tell me KFC. There's even an emote in my chat for KFC on BTTV. It's a picture.
Are you
it's,
serious?
It's a picture of me, and I look like Colonel Sanders.
Wait, I'm looking this up.
So yeah, like, but the other day my plan was to go to my PO box and open that up, and then after that I wanted to go get lunch, but I didn't know where, and then people just started spamming ideas, and then chat just decided as a entire unit that you should go to Burger King. Well, I went to Burger King, and what happened? I got stream sniped, and then that was another hour and a half worth of cool stuff that I was doing. And for me, that's how it goes. If I'm doing a stream where you know, I'm going to this place and this is what we're gonna do. Of course, I can see, Steph, how that can be so annoying when people are, you know,
Right. Yeah.
backseat IRLing you.
I mean, not every time. I mean, I'm not saying not every it's situational, of course, just like with everything. But sometimes it can be, you know, frustrating. I don't think you should let your chat control you. Right? You know, you have people that come in on Twitch. You have viewers that will try to tell you what to do, and if you don't do it, they won't support you, which is kind of, I think it's like, well, you know, then leave then. If you're not going to support me, then you're not going to support anything I'm doing. It doesn't matter what it is. You can't make everyone happy all the time.
Right. And I guess this is a good transition too, but at what point did those people become just, in fact, complete liabilities where you have to get rid of them?
Right.
It's tough. Like when
does that happen?
How many times do you have to ban somebody? I mean, how many people have you banned in your have been banned in your chat? Because I know in my chat there's like over 200 banned people.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have like close to 0. I usually ban people for a day. You know what I mean? Just turn them off, like, because they're irritating or something, or they're. But wow, really? Damn. I'm sorry.
That's okay, man. But you know, my mod team is they swing the hammer hard. And so some of them obviously.
We totally understand. We have I think we have like around 100. I want to say.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Cody. I mean, your community, the people that come in, I guess they're different. The people that
I'm
are
a lucky guy, I guess. Well, there was like some random dude who I assume it was one dude who just would come in, make a new account, and like spam like penis and CR.
Yeah.
And it was funny. I was like letting it go on until it was like too disruptive to the chat. So we're like, all right, sorry, dude, we gotta ban you. But then he kept doing it, and it was like, this is still funny enough to let it, because you can IP ban people.
Right.
It was like, this is funny enough to not do that. You know, everyone was having fun with it. They're like, oh shit, the penis bandit's back. And then I created the first mod I have, which was just like a week ago, I think. That was the first time I made a mod, and he's been really helpful, like stopping that. It hasn't really come up again, but it might have been a false flag by him to become mod. You never know.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
He started making these accounts so that you actually needed someone to do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's funny because you and I have the same mod, and he's been a mod in my chat for a really long time.
He's so great and funny.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. And let's talk about that. The people that are annoying in chat sometimes, what are the things in chat that they can do to be awesome, right? There's some superstars in your chat, right? And why are they superstars? What has made them that way?
Bringing positivity. One of the reasons why Nikki and I love our chat so much is anytime someone comes into our live stream and says, hey, I'm new here, what is this all about? Everyone in our chat is like, oh my gosh, welcome so-and-so, like this is LAURENICKYLIVE, they're doing this right now. And I think that's like it's the best thing ever, because it allows Nikki and I to like continue what we're doing, but chat is still being extremely friendly with this person and inviting them in, and it's like it makes us blush. We're just like, oh, this is so sweet. Like we love that for sure. Being welcoming.
Mm-hmm.
How about for you, Skeeter? What do the MVPs in your chat look like?
Well, of course, being positive and welcoming to new people, but not only just to new people, but just to anybody that's talking in chat. Like you have the regular people that communicate and keep chat going no matter what's going on in chat, or no matter what you're doing in the stream. You have people that are carrying on conversations in chat about the stream or other things. I think that's really important, just to keep chat flowing overall at all times.
Yeah. Some of the superstars are like the guys who have there's one guy named DFab in my chat. They're like almost every day, and he's just like the one-line master. Like every time there's an opportunity, he puts out like an amazing joke, and I'm just like, thank you. Oh, you're so funny.
Yeah, I agree. Those people that are there and they're always keeping chat going. For an IRL streamer, I believe that is the most important thing, because, you know, if whatever you're doing isn't as entertaining as it could be, it's always nice to have somebody saying something new in chat that you can react to or stem off of. You can start an entire new conversation just from one thing that someone says, even if it's just, hey, I just dropped in, Jeff, how's it going? Like, that can start an entire conversation about anything. Like, hey, how was your day? How's it going? I'd like to know about my chat and everyone, and they're all individuals. So, right? It only makes sense.
I have a question for the guys in here, because we did kind of talk about it with the girls, and I think girls always get asked this, like, oh, what do guys get in your DMs? Creepy things. Have anybody weird you out? Have you guys experienced, the guys, like, any crazy girls that might have a crush on you and try to get up in your DMs or like meet you in real life?
It's a lot of
those pics.
No, never. It's a lot of gay guys. Really interesting.
Yes, or guys. Excuse me.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's very flattering, but it's not.
Cody,
I don't get creeped out.
Those DPs?
Wait, is that what they're called now? DPs?
DPs in the DMs.
Oh,
I
boy.
feel like Cody just low key hinted at that.
No, not
I
quite.
feel like he's
Very
trolling.
Very descriptive paragraphs of things.
What?
Paragraph.
Yeah.
What?
It's funny. Like, I wish I could just like recite it to chat, because it is funny.
I
It's
do too.
very weird and like out of nowhere, and like I don't. Yeah.
Those are the type of things you can screenshot, right, and put in Discord. Everyone that's in Discord can see that good stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like an asshole of like putting it on blast. Like, I had one guy who messaged me the next day, and he like apologizes, like, "Oh, I was really drunk," and I'm like, "I've been there. I mean, I've messaged people like that, but I've been there drunk and making a mistake. So don't worry about it, dude. I don't care."
I never have had a gay guy message me. I have had girls message me, but it was never like a thing. I was never offended. It was never gross. But yeah.
It never happens like in day to day, so it's always like flattering to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
Yeah,
take it seriously. Like, it's even real, but it's I'm like, cool.
I did.
Thanks.
I felt flattered, but really, who knows who those people are? They claim they're a girl and they have a girl on their profile pic. It could be anybody.
Right.
You know, it could be somebody I know. It could have been one of you guys.
Would you guys meet up with any of them?
Not like that. I mean, I did a Twitch meetup, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't under those circumstances, like, hey, I think you're cute or whatever. It was just like, hey, we watched your Twitch chat and we're all going to kind of the same place. Let's do a meetup. It was cool.
Yeah, no,
Right.
I don't think I would do that.
Right. Well,
So-
no, but you're married, right, Jake?
I will be.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you were
Sometime.
married. Excuse me. But and Jay, you're single, right?
I am single. Yeah, no, I have met up. Wow, this is gonna be a crazy story because there was like no
Right.
this story has no romantic bearing at all. The reason why Atalante is a mod in my chat is because she came into my stream one time and was like, "Oh, I used to live in that area, and my parents still have a house down there, and I come back every once in a while." After she had been in my chat for a while, and she just said, "Would you be okay with meeting up?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." And it's not as creepy because throughout our conversations, we learned that she was actually used to be friends and went to the same high school with one of my best friends. So there was a mutual contact in between, which is why it was acceptable. And we went, and it was funny because I was like, man, I don't really know this girl. And so I asked one of my other good friends, Ryan, I was like, hey, man, would you just mind coming with me to meet up with this person? He's like, yeah, dude, of course, I'll do it. And then we showed up, and she was amazing. She was a streamer herself. She had been streaming for a while. She took a break, but she's back to streaming now. And now she's a mod on my channel, and she's on my stream very, very, very often. So
Cool.
I had nothing but good things to say. Other people have DM'd me to meet up, and I've tried to meet up with all of them. In fact, when I was in Boston, one of the regulars in my chat, Tubes, ended up showing up, and really cool guy. He showed us like some really cool bars to go to, and we went and drank with him there. I have nothing but good things to say about meeting up with people who randomly DM me. But you guys have had a lot of trouble with this stuff. ladies?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, Nikki and Lauren, you guys have like a stream that occasionally, like you said, you were going on dates and stuff. That might even, I imagine that might encourage it even more.
Not really. I mean,
Oh.
Cool.
yeah, I don't. No one wants to date us. No, just kidding. No,
I've
honestly,
heard you guys talk about that
you
on
wanna-
stream before. How you guys are having such trouble with your love lives.
Oh my god, it's horrific. We call it the shoes. It's like
The
this weird
shoes?
concept where you're wearing shoes that affect your dating life. Lauren's dad made it up and like they used it back when they were like in college. So we're gonna like make a music video about it. Like, you've got the shoes. It's like, and that's why they call it the shoes. It's like the whole thing. But no, you wanna know why I think it is? I think it's because you know, we love everyone as friends in our chat, so it's like we kind of have already set that boundary a little bit.
Yeah.
Or no one
Makes
just wants to
sense.
date us.
I don't know if you guys want to say this, but would you like ever consider meeting up with someone that you met through stream romantically? I assume for purposes you should just say no.
I mean, I think it's situational, right?
Okay.
Like, I mean, maybe.
Maybe. Okay, we'll throw a maybe out there. Guys, the DMs are open apparently. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
God help us.
Skeeter, what about you?
Well, I have
I mean-
boyfriend applications in my Discord.
What? Please explain.
Yes, we have boyfriend applications
Okay.
open now in the Discord.
Wait, so you have people go in there and then what do they have to what questions do they have to ask?
Very serious questions, obviously.
Oh my god, this is so good.
Yes. So basically, what I'm planning on doing is the top like 5 best people. Have them, if they want, come on stream, and have them. There'll just be a range of activities and all sorts of fun stuff that we will have them do, and then the prize, the winner gets a prize, and then just kind of we'll change up the questions, but yeah.
So
And they have to
I feel
also
like I need to
register.
steal that. Can I steal that? Can I do girlfriend applications?
Yes, as long as I am one of the top contenders.
Okay, you can apply, guys. You can apply.
Yes, as long as I can apply.
Yeah.
We have a command in our chat. It's like it's ! relationship, and it's like there's a vetting process that will be decided from our mods. The application is 1,000 pages, and it's like this whole thing.
Yes.
Jeez.
So it's tough to get an application in with you two, huh?
Oh yes, oh yes.
Oh yes. Okay, guys. Well, it's about 3 o'clock. I know we said we would go for about 3 hours, and I think some of you probably have streams planned for later. Man, I have had such a crazy good time with you guys. Like,
This is so fun.
I couldn't even imagine how good it was and how smooth it all the conversations went. You guys all were fantastic.
Aw.
Seriously though, seriously, our first time, and
Thank you.
oh, we're getting applause. I think
Oh
that
yeah, I got you guys.
I
Good job,
think
everyone.
this is gonna be something that I want to do on a weekly basis. You know, having people on in and out. Of course, you guys have all been amazing, so the invite is probably gonna be extended for another time, whether it's next
Aw.
week or after
I
that.
promise my mic will work next time. I don't
Yeah,
know what's wrong.
I think the most stuff that I've seen in chat today is about your mic.
I know.
Like, the most
Yeah,
stuff that I've seen in
sorry.
chat today is
It's
about
like,
your mic.
Lauren.
Which, you know, like I said, there's gonna be technical difficulties. We've all dealt with it as streamers, and this is no different, really. So I guess if everyone wants to say their goodbye, I want you guys to be the stars here and sell yourselves, because we got a pretty good chat going, and you guys all need follows, and we're all growing a community together as IRL streamers.
Jay.
So
Aw, good
um,
job, Jay. By the way, orchestrating all of this. You did a really great job.
well, thank you.
So much for thinking of me and everyone. And yeah, it's especially for the first time. Not really. We didn't talk. We got in a phone call together 15 minutes before it started. We did not talk about anything before. Nothing was really planned. I know, Jay, you said you were in Boston.
Yeah, I was in
right?
Boston this last weekend for like 5 days, so it was hard for me to communicate to everyone. I did a really bad job, but you guys are so awesome.
Obviously not. It worked.
Yeah, we did.
And I
Early
know there was
together.
like some last second changes that had to be made for some of you, so that I mean, I am very, very, very grateful that you amazing IRL streamers got to come and be on. So, like I said, I guess let's do a round of goodbyes. We already had DKane here. He had to leave early because he's got work tonight. So I'll do the shout out for him. He's a crazy IRL streamer. He's down in Austin, Texas. He does outdoor travel a lot, and you guys should go check him out at DKane. He recently changed his name. He used to be DKane official, but at DKane, please go give him a follow. Skeeter, go ahead. Take as much time as you want. Say what you're about. Say where they should follow you. Give all the links out.
Yes. Once again, thank you, Jay, and thank you, chat, for coming out and supporting all of us. You guys have been super awesome and all very supportive. So we always appreciate that. And yes, I am, I guess, a variety streamer, more so IRL content as of lately, and going to Twitchcon. So look forward to more dual streams with everybody. And yes, you can follow me at SkeeterMagavin right there in the chat.
Hey.
Thank you, Chucker. Thank you, guys.
Cody?
Hey there, everybody. My name is Cody. I own 2 retro video game stores in Seattle, Washington, and I stream from there pretty much every night unless something cool is happening, like, say, E3, PAX, Portland Retro Gaming Expo, something cool like that. I'm always up to shenanigans. It's kind of, I look at my stream as if like a teenager got the keys to a business, and I just kind of go crazy sometimes at night and do silly stuff, and also kind of educate people on how to like fix games and like talk about gaming history and collectibles and stuff. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, follow DSKoopa on Twitch.
You have Twitters
And,
too,
yeah.
right? Come
I
on,
do,
guys.
and it's the same exact thing, DSKoopa.
Yes. Skeeter, what's your Twitter? Did you say it? I don't think you did.
SkeeterMagavin.
At SkeeterMagavin.
At SkeeterMagavin.
Okay. Lauren and Nikki, I don't know if you guys want to do this together or separate, but go
Yeah,
for
Lauren,
it.
we have to say everything at the exact same time. Ready, go. I'll just harmonize. I'm just gonna go for it.
Well, huge shout out to Jay for hosting us today. Like, we applaud you. This went great, and it's so nice to meet you, Cody and Steph. We're definitely gonna keep up with your live streams as well and jump in your chat. And also shout out to everyone that came in Jay's chat today, supporting us and being part of this conversation.
Yeah, and we go live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Or at least we're working on being right on time. But 11 a.m. is our goal, Monday through Friday. And yeah, we do IRL outdoor content. So yeah, if you guys don't already follow us. And yeah, we're actually not streaming today, but this was our stream.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
No, and I guess I forgot to say every single day at 9:30 Pacific time.
there you go.
Sorry.
Yeah, Pacific
We've got some
Time.
streamers with schedules, guys.
Sketch.
Skeeter, when are you normally live?
I pretty much stream almost every day as well, and then
Okay.
I will post like in my Discord or Twitter, like if I'm gonna take a day off. But yeah, usually around. I have been streaming around like 1, 2 every day.
Okay.
Pacific time.
That's Pacific time. Well,
yeah.
excellent. Let me say thank you to all of the guests once again. You guys were all amazing, awesome. I can't believe we actually did it and we completed it that easy. Right now we're just getting tons of bits and
So many bits.
and the subs
It's
that I've gotten
amazing.
today. I
Thanks,
wish.
everyone.
I feel like I should just read through all these, but it would just take too much. Tobes is going crazy. Trevor, Hymenator. Man, thank you guys so much. Mr. Bren Lyons. You guys, thank you guys so much. Thank you. Holy shit. Tobes with more bits. Guys, seriously, thank you. Thank you for all the gifted subs. Thank you for all the Twitch Primes, the tier 1s. Thank you for continuing subs for September. You guys are awesome. Cody, what the fuck are you doing?
Hey, gift subs.
Cody!
It's a party.
Hey.
Cody's gifted 5 gift
Okay.
subs. God, dude, thank you so much, man. It really has been a pleasure. Like I said, I want this to happen on a weekly basis, and I hope that all of you can come join me another time. I'm also going to start doing one-on-one interviews like this, and I would love for all of you guys to join me in one-on-one situations too, if you would like.
Hell yeah.
So how many times can I say thank you? I could do it a million more times. Thank you guys. Thank you, chat. You guys are amazing. Go follow every single one of these at SkeeterMagavin, at LaurenNickyLive, at DSKoopa, and at DKane. I think I'm going to go toss this host over to a random IRL streamer. He's actually not random. I've been in Vegas with him before. His name is Chicago Ninja TV. So,
Oh, we love him.
so go give love to another outdoor IRL streamer. Okay, guys? Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.